of all, it's good to be back here again. It's good to be back here again. Yes, it's getting tougher. Remember saying episode 3 with Dale, make sure they follow up with the episode. Though. We don't finish with episode 1, we don't finish with episode 2, now episode 3 now with Dale. So, you know, so I felt tell now say probably we might enter episode 4, but we God forbid that. God forbid that. Because in fact, we might even go up to episode 5. Some of them will not understand what to be episode 4. Episode 4 means say this tribunal of a thing, all of them after they don't pass judgment, you know, obviously the way things they go, I go analyze this thing step by step, the way you guys will understand it. The way things they go, Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi will certainly win in the courts. That's 95%. If the judges want to be fair with the evidences that we have produced. Now we borrow, you know, on our truck, we take bring evidence come today. So APC not get any evidence to counter our evidence. They are only opposing, but they don't have anything to back anything up. But for any reason, judges pass a judgment that, after an in-depth scrutinization, Peter will be, you know, declared as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Obviously, I don't know, but what do they think? Obviously, APC go counter am because their president don't be already president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Tinubu. Yes, we not allowed to hear am like that, but yes, that's the fact at the moment. So you know, feel yourself, they'll say, all right, then no wahala, make we go. No, they go oppose them. So once they oppose them, they disagree. We will not pack. They will not pack their load, and we will pack our load. We will not go to Supreme Court. That will not be episode 4. You see, so if we don't go Supreme Court, there's every probability that Supreme Court will still pass the same judgment after how long they go there. But the way they go soon, and the max of normally is a max of 6 months. Normally, 180 days. Not 6 months with that. So, all of them, they decide to go Supreme Court and everything, they decide that 6 months. So, But another thing when me the year again today, now when we go past to now, say, be like I said, they don't they chook left for his side now. In fact, they might take them one by one. So once you don't go Supreme Court, after the dragging and everything, time consuming and everything, Supreme Court, by special grace of God, they will not do the right thing. Declare Peter Obi as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, ask me how episode 5 go take on. Episode 5 go come. But the way they look this man, so if court, both tribunal and Supreme Court say he no win, now Peter Obi win. Episode 5 go come in a way because he go refuse to come out for seats. Then he can't use power and wuru that time. Remember, is the Federal Republic of is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as we speak. He go buy armies. Sack does start. Now, in case you never know, I'll bring that one just now. You know, they sack people anyhow. They put people. In fact, in case you don't know, there is contemplation or a possible of reality to reform the judiciary. That what they cover today. They want to reform the judiciary based on some of the judges are old. In case you don't know what the reforming of judiciary means. Some of them are old. They need to retire. Their work ethic is too much. We need to add more people into it so that they will not be overloading themselves and all that. We know where all these things they come. Normally, reforming judiciary is not a bad thing. But at this time, it might possibly be an hindrance to us. Because the people who want break come, we don't know where they come. The people who they want force, say make it retire, say you don't old. We don't know how that one go, the the negative side of it, we don't know how it will be. So it's better we prepare ourselves. So for any reason, Supreme Court pass judgment, say in our favor, then he say he not go come up for seat, then episode 5 will come day. But that episode 5 will come day critical. That one go get all those virulence. You know what I mean? I don't want to make sure I wear that one can get all those virulence and you know, so that one go be as he get to, because maybe they look at now where president's wife not the where what they call that thing where they tell the okay and everything. Because they say they don't win. So you pack their load, say, oh, thank you, all right. I respect the judiciary, I'm going home. Anyway, who knows? Who knows? So I pray, may we not reach episode 5, but we will certainly reach episode 4. Now, episode 3 we did, so we will reach 4. That 4 now be Supreme Court. Yes, Tinubu will never accept if the judgment that is coming from tribunal is not favorable to him. He will never accept that. So now, so we see our people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Yes, it's good to be back here again. I appreciate you all. Continue to press on the like button and share. You have a lot to see today. Continue to press on the like button. Help us to share. Currently, the likes we have 50 likes. It's not good at all. 159. What's happening? We're gonna press on now. 159 likes. Now we get to. We talk about this thing every day. I don't know why. If they be say, if they always start like this, I know some people they wait to say make I confess. If we already have over 700 people watching us, and we have 159 likes, it's not good. It's 169 now. Continue to press on that. Why the share? The share is only 12. I don't understand you. Me I offend you now. If I offend you now, more they quick let me know, because I'm very, very quick to apologize. So especially when you tell me. You not tell me that there while a day, you're the verse they go. If you tell me, I don't mind. Because me not understand, because let's say I offend you now. Now we get 13. One person does share again at 13. 13 share. After we just spend 36 minutes. We get less than 200 likes. Now, wow. Yeah, no, sometimes we don't understand though. I don't understand. You come be like say the matter don't tire some people abi who fight and run away. When I don't hear that matter abi, who fight and run away must live to fight another day. But when you fight and sort it out once and for all, then you're not going to see them again for future. If you say the matter not you don't tire, you not concern me again and all that, the matter where concern Nigeria where they affect you and I, it's still there. It's there. With they blink an eye, they look you and I. You know, so make gonna click on the share, copy the link, share in another platform where you belong, and press on the like button. My people, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much. I would like us to listen. You know, let's take the judiciary first more. Let me take you more on this judiciary. Because let me send out a link. I would like my people to be here with us as we take this. Yes, I'd like my people to be here with us. 1 minute, let me post out a link. Why they are contemplating or planning to reform at this particular time is another thing that is baffling. It's really, really baffling. Okay, I'm trying to prepare the link. All right, before we share a link, don't worry, I will share the link, but just calm down. Before I share the link, okay, I'm confused. Me, I don't confuse. I don't know what I want to do now. I want to do now. My share the link because I want to read an article for you. So, but let me just share the link. The link 3, 2, 1. I've shared the link. Click on it. Join us here as I read this article for you straight away. But I'll go on a break now. When I come back, I'll take on the article. Now, God bless you, my people. Thank you very much for your time with us.
You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lily of the valley, you are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of the night, you are the pillar. Chica, you are the pillar. Daddy, you are the pillar that holds my life. Lion of Judea.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Anyway.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Hey, yeah.
Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds
You
my
are.
life.
You are the
Master
pillar.
Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life.
I said, Jesus, unibu kalabati sinduwe. Nibu kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biende, nibu kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabano. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biobi ko nibu kwa kalaba. Chika nibu kwa kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. I'd like to bring in my people right here. I have a couple of people here. I don't know whether the screen is full, but what I'm seeing looks like say it all full. You know, please stay mute, stay mute. Make sure you don't have any noise on your background in case I call on you. Okay. Let's say it all full, but let me give us a mandate. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing today?
Very good. How about yourself? Good evening.
Yes, I'm
good
good.
evening, panelists. Good morning, good afternoon, people on the comment section. Greetings to everyone. Hopefully, I'm coming out clearly and loud.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for always doing this. I appreciate your efforts.
I appreciate you too, brother. Thank you. All right. I would like to welcome in Mark. Mark, thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Thank you very much for joining us. God bless you.
Thank you. This is my first time of joining.
Oh,
I'll be
man.
leaving very soon.
First time.
I have a meeting going on right now, but I just wanted to let you know that people are watching you and you're doing a good job. And also, don't feel discouraged because I heard the last time you talked about the pastor. We should bundle him and bring him over and all that. I just want to let you know God is still in the business of Nigeria. He has not stopped. Men may interpret whatever God has given to them differently than what God is saying. But just know that He hasn't stopped, that God is fully in control of what is going on in Nigeria.
Okay. So are you also in support that they are giving us false prophecies?
Well, that depends on what you mean by false prophecy, because when these people get these prophecies, they kind of go over their, what do you call it? They kind of like add to it, or if I can put it that way, right?
No. According to them, yeah, according to them, especially one called Pastor Kisley, he said, God told me that 26th of May will not happen, and 29th of May, people will gather. Immediately, they want to give him the honor or swear him in, then he will be arrested. Are you saying that God make mistake there, or the pastor made mistake?
God never makes a mistake. I'll give you an example now that we're talking about this. I once had a friend that had a dream, and he said she escaped a trailer was coming over, and that she escaped it. And then when according to her, what she said, that the dream that the man actually was kind of like possessed. But again, when it happened, it wasn't a man, it was a woman. And then when we asked, but you said he's a man, he said, well, he thought normally that men are the ones that drive trailers. You see what I mean?
Okay, are you saying that? No, what are you trying to say? Are you justifying the prophecy?
God might have given people dreams or visions or anything like that, and they might interpret it differently. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that means maybe God talked to them then.
No, God, no. It's God, because men kind of have to add theirs into the whole thing. They might be figuring it out themselves as to how those things will come to pass. He might just tell you a military man will come in and put him out. For example, Mr. Elvis,
That's the first prophecy then.
Can I say, hold on now? What if there is actually going to be military men that will pick this man out of the office after the Supreme Court passes judgment and he refuses to go, and military men goes in there and pick him out and say, you have to leave? What if if that is what God is showing him? And then he's thinking it's May 29th and it's not.
Then okay, I don't understand. For any pastor to come on air with the pains and the excruciating situation that we all are facing right now, to tell the people that 26 and 29 will certainly not happen. That, take my word, it will certainly not happen. Are you not? Is that not overemphasizing?
I'm worried. That's a big lie. I'm worried.
I agree with you. It's kind of troubling, but I still believe God is in the business of.
No, God is, of course. If that's what you're talking about, then I'll support you that God is certainly with us on this journey. But for any man to come on air, God came to my bedroom, talk to me, say 26 and 29 will not happen, and it happened. You said on the 29th, Tinubu will be arrested. It didn't happen. Everywhere was quiet. So
Elvis, all this thing you're saying is it will happen in part 5, season 5. Season 5. Don't worry.
If you tell us season 5, I go happen and to tell us.
That's what I'm saying. The problem is
because a tout will not leave government. A tout will not leave.
Carry their prophecy go that side.
Okay. Season 5 now was,
Let me just jump in real quick. Here. If we say that this guy probably misinterpreted what God told him, or he's trying to sugarcoat it, or he's trying to interpret it in his own way, I don't know how we can believe that. Because if you look at even the Bible that we're talking about, I read the Bible, Genesis to Revelation. Whenever God says something, it comes to pass. God is not a man. When he told Moses to do something and go meet Pharaoh, everything he said, that there was going to be a plague, it happened. This guy keep coming on YouTube telling us 29. Go and mark my word, it will come to pass. You are telling me that guy, God told him something else and he's misinterpreting him? My brother, I respect your religion, I respect your faith.
No, did God give him 26 or 29?
Well, it's not like I don't know him. I'm only just saying it might be.
Their prophecies are all liars. Leave that prophecy one side. You're all liars.
Okay, hold on now. Hold on. I'm only saying that
Mr. Mark, you see, I like the part where you said 100% God is with us on this. And I love that because even me myself, I know 100% God is with us. I can never rule God out. And I can also come here to tell the people, just because I know God is with us, and say to you, next week, Tuesday, Tinubu will be arrested.
I understand.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense because on my platform now, for example, everybody believes so much in me. The day I will lie to them, then my integrity is dented. I don't know if you understand.
True.
So for any pastor to just come every day, listen to me, believe me, write your days down. This will never happen. Or in fact, Mona go carry Pastor Chris they come.
We need to drill him.
Mark, I bet know your vessel. Because the only area why I agree with you now, say God there with us. That's 100%. See you now. Do not tell me say now the 2nd of June, Tinubu they go remove her for office. Why you not talking now? Tell me that.
Yeah, you're right though. You're right. I'm just thinking that.
Elvis, please let's just move on and let's forget about all this religious matter. We have a case in court, please.
So thank you very much, my brother, for
coming. In Nigeria, they pray for light to come.
It's your first time on the platform. I want you to know that it's the best platform you can ever be. We don't mislead people here. We say things how it is. We are fighting for a better Nigeria. We stand for good governance. That's what we are doing. That's why we are also concerned for any pastor to come online every day to mislead the people. It's baffling. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward. It's unfortunate that you have a meeting. I would have been so happy if you can stay longer.
Yeah, but before I go, I just want to chip in one other thing. We are looking at the evidences that are coming in and all that, which is good. Where my most interest is? The interest that I have is mostly on the 25%. I want to see how they're going to interpret that law.
Exactly. Everybody's waiting for that.
That is the game changer for me.
You see now, now that's why say you be pastor or you close to pastor. You said you are looking forward to that. You not tell us now, say 25%. Now like this, they want to interpret them. Pastor Christy, whether they call him, came on air. Make una not do anything. Make una not come out. God don't do one. You know, so it is well. Let's move on. Because not be only me the vest, but una for no say many other Nigerians the vest because of how these pastors they deceive every one of us. But let me quickly take on this article here. I don't want us to divert much, but when it gets to your time, if you want to talk on this, that's fine. You can still go on that. I'll give everybody enough time. But let's take this quickly, you know, to tally what I've presented so far, you know, to you guys. You know, as you can see right there, Presidential Tribunal, Peter Obi tenders result of 6 states, 115 local government in evidence. You know, I might not be able to read all of them because all this evidence, the way they take tender their evidence as a bit 1, as a bit 2, is a bit complicated. But let me take it here. Candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, who is insisting that he won the presidential election, held on February 25th, on Thursday, produced certified copies of results of the election from 6 states of the Federation to support his claim. Obi tendered the results which were obtained from 115 local government areas, local government in evidence before the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, sitting in Abuja. Though Obi's legal team was led by Professor Awa Kalu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. However, the election results which were contained in Form EC8A were tendered from the bar by one of his lawyers, Chief Emeka Okpoko, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The first set of results of the election that was tendered before the court by the LP candidate who came third in the presidential election was from 15 out of 22 local governments of Rivers State. Despite opposition by all means, all the respondents in the matter, Justice Haruna Samani led 5-member panel admitted the Rivers State result and marked them as Exhibit PD1 to PD15. Obi and the LP equally tendered results from 23 local government Benue State, which were also admitted in evidence and marked as Exhibit PC1 to PC23. While results from 18 local government in Cross River State were added evidence as Exhibit PD1, PD18. On Niger State, Obi tendered forms EC8A from 23 local governments that were admitted in evidence as Exhibit PE1 to PE23, as well as that of the 20 local governments in Osun State, which were marked as Exhibit PF1 to PF20. The last set of results the petitioners adduced the tendered in evidence before the court were from 16 local governments in Ekiti, and they were marked as Exhibit PG1 to PG16. The Justice Samani-led panel subsequently adjourned further proceeding in matter till Friday, which is tomorrow. In fact, the battle has started. So I don't really want to continue from here. I think the most important part, I've read that. So I would like to quickly take on another article here. Please, oh, someone is on the backstage. Okay, hold on, guys. If you're on the backstage, no verse. Okay, we have one space left here, I guess. Okay, let me bring another evidence, another article here quickly for you guys to see. Tinubu have started sacking or contemplating sacking, of people in government. Okay, let me take, it's a normal thing though, but let's see, if they are doing it because of us, I don't know. But okay, that's what you have there. Tinubu told to sack all service chiefs immediately with immediate velocity. Okay, a socio-political activist, Deji Adeyanju, has urged President Bola Tinubu to sack all service chiefs. Adeyanju said the sack of the service chiefs would solidify his government. In a tweet, Adeyanju wondered why Tinubu is slow in sacking the service chiefs. He wrote, unquote, Tinubu should sack all service chiefs immediately after meeting them and appoint new ones. These things are common sense to solidify his government. Why is this so slow? This is coming after Tinubu met with the service chiefs at the presidential villa in Abuja. He mandated the security chiefs to draw up a fresh blueprint that would guide security operations in Nigeria. The National Security Advisor, NSA, Babagani Moguno, who held out some of what transpired at the meeting, said the president was very emphatic on the need for coordination among the intelligence chief. I'll just stop that right there. I don't really want to spend more time on that. Okay, on the articles, I think we are done right now. Then we're going to go for the bigger one. The bigger one is the reform of the judiciary. The contemplation of the reform of the judiciary. You don't say what we see. Some people know the question. If we talk, you see one person say, they don't want reform, or they never reform, or we see obedient movement a year before Peter Obi declared saying one evil rule. Yes. So I want to tell you now, say the contemplation of judicial reform, because I made the say, I don't remember this man's name. I don't know why. The former Attorney General of the Federation, whether they send them or they not send them, I'm waiting to tell us with that. But I would like us to listen to this. The same former Attorney General, we don't talk to you and I, tell, what year are you going to take on talk this time? If it matter don't change, people can still let us know. If you still say still they talk the way you first they talk, still let us know, my people. Let's take it from here. I want us to listen to this sharply. Guys, please press on the like button. Currently, we have over 1,000 people watching us. We only have 300 likes. This is not good. To be honest, this is not good. In fact, my people, before I will take this, let's go for a break. This break is for like and share. If we don't have a like of 500, I will not continue today. We can easily end the broadcast by now because it's only we have done 1 hour. I cannot be talking, only me and my panelists, and we have lots of people watching us. Nobody is sharing the news. Nobody is liking it. I don't know if it's making sense. So if I offend you, I make an obvious. Make I put this one for now to go for this break. Thank you.
I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love. Go there, biza. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan akanbi. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love. I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan. But I know they do competition with anybody. Forgive me, show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo ninu ife kan. They do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí o. Ẹ fẹ́ jókù. Alákọ̀bí. Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí. Alákọ̀bí. Sábà mẹ́la. Anybody. Any bobo. Anybody. Mo ló ń folú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti finishing. Délé mo ló ń folú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé o.
Tinubu during his inaugural address on Monday and the resultant effect of the fuel price hike.
I'm here in the queue for the last 4 hours, and up to now, they have even not started selling the fuel. From all indication from the reliable source that we are even hearing, that the liter now in the major market is going to be sold about 540 today. And just yesterday, the Mr. President had made an announcement that the era of subsidy is over. And look at what we are facing. Look at the queue. More than how many hundreds of thousands of cars are in the queue. You can imagine this kind of situation why we are in Nigeria today. Is that what we have voted for? We have not voted for this kind of things. It's very, very unfortunate. We cannot continue this way. The masses has voted, and we don't support. We don't deserve to have this as a payback price.
No, therefore, you ask Oga for this. The masses have voted. Who you vote for? I don't understand. The masses have voted. As they finish, they talk. You say, who you vote for? We tell Una. Una said no. Una say we don't know what they talk. Una say people with their brother could call Nigeria more than account about Una said. All right, let's continue.
Has been changed from 210 to 560. You can see it now. All this is crazy. And when they come, they portray themselves as the hope of Nigeria. Is it hope? Somebody just came in on power. It's not up to 3 or 2 days. Everything just scattered. Is it a hope?
Oh, God, not be hope. It is called renew hope. Renew hope. And the renew hope have started working. Let's continue.
We are looking for. But this is so awkward. Is it a way forward? Is it a hope for we youth? Where are we driving to? This is not right. This is not Nigeria we hope for.
It's unfair and it's a slap on the face of citizens of Nigeria because we don't expect this from our president. We don't expect this from this party called APC. It is unfair.
It's going to cause a sort of economic doldrum where everybody we bear that financial agony. There is no doubt about that.
I went to the black market to buy fuel. They are telling me by liter is 900, 800. So I can't have a choice. I must buy it. So if I went to the customer, if I charge the customer highest 1,500 or 2,000, he will complain.
What these people don't understand, let me put this right. What you guys don't understand, on our way to Nigeria, this man spends so much to get to where he is today. I'm telling you, Tinubu spent a lot to get to where he is today. We could not let a pa get money back. He want just hit. He said from the first day we hit the ground running. The ground is already running. What do you expect? Somebody that is a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they are sworn him in. It is. And because his path to become a president is questioned, he's in court. What do you expect? 2 things involved. That is to him, 2 things involved. He might lose and he will be asked to leave that office for Peter Obi. To him, I dey assume now, say, wait, how he take the think now? So if we not hit the ground running, now, what of say they can say tomorrow, make I come off office? Money now, I never pack all the money together, all the billion where I spent. But I'm not doing, where would they talk? Now say, what are you saying? What are you saying? What do you know to say? What are you saying? The president of Nigeria hitting the ground running. That's what it be. We could have calm down. We never see anything. They say light not even day again. Normally, if light not day, the substitute is to use generator. So now, you never see money to buy for where you want to drive car, then you want to put for generator. we never start. So some will give her time, okay? No wahala.
Have a choice, I must buy it. So if I went to the customer, if I charge the customer highest 1,500 or 2,000, he will complain.
Well, in Bayelsa State, the governor, Doyodiri, closed down 3 fueling stations for hoarding and dealing with adulterated products. Our award-winning reporter, Ovieteme George, spoke to some residents.
They sold for 189 this morning. After they sold for that set, the manager now came and said, okay, they are selling, they've had orders from Abuja that they want to sell for 515 naira now. So that is why we are still here. Up till now, I slept here for good 2 days. I've not bought fuel.
In less than 24 hours of his administration, Nigerians have faced the type of hardship that even Buhari did not give us. The hardship Buhari gave us during the election, Tinubu has come to give us the updated version of the...
Yes, the continuity. You are correct, but this guy, if I see a life for buying a 3310, I mean, that be around 3310 they call her, the updated version of Buhari. It means the continuity. He tell you now. I don't know what they like for Tinubu head though. Me no understand. He talk calm. I am going to continue from where Buhari stopped. He talk calm now. What's going on here? What's happening here? Make we continue. When they talk, they say, no, you don't know anything. My panelists, they talk. My commenters are typing terrible. Now, wait till we tell you now, don't they come now, right? Okay, let's move on.
We are still here. Up till now, I slept here for good 2 days. I've not bought fuel.
In less than 24 hours of his administration, Nigerians have faced the type of hardship that even Buhari did not give us. The hardship Buhari gave us during the election, Tinubu has come to give us the updated version of the hardship. This is real hardship.
I beg, I don't take God beg Tinubu, make you do something. I don't dare here since the day before yesterday. My buy fuel to drive my again so that I go feed.
I beg, my people, make una not verse if I dey laugh, because it will look funny. Because we foreseen it. I am amongst others who foreseen it. We spoke about it. We addressed it. We lost our voices because of this. Still, people criticized us. People insulted us. People threatened us. Look what is happening now. We tell you now. We tell you now. Una say, let's move on. This man say never buy for it. Come on, listen to it light.
Make you do something. I don't dare here since the day before yesterday. My buy fuel to drive my again so that I go feed the carry passenger. I no fit. I no fit. To buy water for us with can. No way to buy water. All the poor people where they sell water 2020 now. They say no water, have no food to buy to take on generator.
Oh, subsidy still has fed water. Listen, let me tell you guys. The situation of this subsidy removal or any hagete removal or wuru way that they do so, it go affect everything for Nigeria. It go affect transport. It go affect food. It go affect waters. My brother talking just now. It go affect your rent. It go affect every single thing. It go affect your mechanical situation in your car. Everything. They'll tell you, say, oh God, to go bypass now. We want the brake pad. We want to put for your car. Now we need to go whatever area and the money and this. Listen, we never see anything. This is just the beginning. This is the time women go to run, leave their wife. While husband go to run, leave wife and children. On this so. Now people, that person will come from your village now, so now want now. Now the person will go repair, will go make Nigeria good for you and I. Make me and you be our brothers and sisters who will fair be. No. But we allow politicians to weaponize confusion amongst us. And the confusion be this. You go insult me because you believe, say, I am talking against the person who come from your village. Let's move on.
Oh, who pump the water? I never bath. Since yesterday, I never bath.
You never bath?
You know the smell. You know the smell from my body.
Wait, you the smell?
I the smell.
Then come out for ya.
He said whether you know they hear this smell. Since yesterday, say you never bath. You know they hear this. You know say you know they smell. You know they hear this smell. Hey, this situation, sha. Now, wow. We talk calm. The beautiful thing with this, I be say, me not follow na dey Nigeria. All my wonderful panelists where they come here, they're not dey Nigeria. In fact, the ones where they Nigeria, I dey pity for them because they tried. Many of them join us from Nigeria. They still there here now. They tried because they wanted real change. The Igbo people, we're not going to beat them. Yoruba, they beat Igbo. Igbo, they beat Yoruba. Hausa, they beat Edo. Edo, they beat Shakiri. Shakiri, they beat all because of just politicians with their children there abroad. And God, as we do all this 1 man, 2 man march reach, how many of them you see their children join us? Now, since I support Peter Obi because I don't see anything against him. I don't support him because he give me money or I just love him. No. I check all of them. I know say na him. And I switched. And I pleaded with my people. Na him be this. They join me. No matter what in life, support what is right. If you watch you standing alone, stand alone. Stand alone. Let's move on. Say you never bath. Man, see whether we give her water from here.
To buy, to take on generator, to pump the water, I never bath. Since yesterday, I never bath.
You never bath?
You know the smell. You know the smell from my body.
Wait, you the smell?
I the smell.
Then come out for ya.
I want to come on.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much.
Ovieteme is amazing. I mean, it sounds funny. I mean, you just have to love him. But this is what Nigerians are going through. Rufai, I can see you tearing away. But this is the situation out there at this point. You can see how upset people are. I mean, I got this footage from different places, Bayelsa, Ekiti, Ondo, Abuja. They are all really upset about the situation before I come to you, Rufai.
When all of this started, Shege Pro Max.
No, it was
renewed Shege.
Yeah, exactly.
Renewed Shege was trending.
Renewed Shege was trending yesterday. Yes.
See, the sad reality is this: we've said ad nauseum. They made a mistake with the way they went about it. Subsidy needs to go, but you can see the impact on the lives of Nigerians. Oji, these are the people you see. What about the people you don't see? What about the people that they will go to their factory where they work today and they will tell them that because of the increase in price, we can't continue again. Job losses have happened. Oji, when the factories shut down in the 80s, the lace factories, all right, in Ogun State and other parts shut down in the 80s. Till today, a lot of people didn't get their jobs back. We have created more poverty, and that's why we're talking about palliatives. How are we going to navigate way through this? But you can't navigate if you don't have the truth. So see, that 515, based on our interview with Mele Kyari, I'm going to challenge that figure. Because when I asked Mr. Mele Kyari for exactitude of a price range, he didn't answer. He didn't give me a specific number. So where did that number 515 come from? And that's why I also asked, what were the templates at which they arrived at that number? He said market forces and all of that. He didn't want to bore me with that. Where did that number come from? So we need to be able to tell ourselves the truth about the situation. It needs to go one way or the other. And you see, it is so easy also to make the arguments that supply-side economists make. Oh, once you reduce subsidy, there will be ample production in the market, prices will come down, it will fall and everything. That is all things being equal. For commodities like this, what about the days all things are not equal?
Yes,
the government still comes to buffer, like we've seen in aviation fuel. Also, America deregulated in 81. We've seen instances where America still released their strategic national reserve. What we should do is to move forward, bring palliatives in place, try as much as possible to cushion the effect on the people, and the government officials that say, if you want people to buy the bullet and suffer, you too must take that. We must not see long convoys everywhere.
And Rufai, that is the conversation that we should be having here. How to cushion the effect. Let me take this soundbite about the meeting between organized labor unions and federal government officials, which ended in a stalemate on Wednesday. There has been no formal engagement between the two parties.
Address. So all we said before now was that, just as alluded to by my colleague, that they were not removing subsidy. So there was no conversation whatsoever. So for over a year, there wasn't formal engagements and formal meetings. And because there were informal engagements and meetings, that is why we found ourselves here today.
IOC, no formal engagement. Well, Dele Alake, a representative of the federal government, said the
on the price of crude of today, so that the impact on the
for the poorest of the poor. We are here. We can.
Okay, let's listen to what Mr. Kenneth Okoko have to say here. Is the last video, so we can start talking. Thank you very much, my people.
There has been an attempt at clarity with the new government.
We have over 1,420 watching us. 1,420 watching us on Nigeria Watch. There we have 1.1 watching us there. Please, 500 likes is good, but we can do better. Press on the like button, my people. Press on the like button. Press it, press it, press it.
You are the pillar of my life. Master Jesus, you are the pillar of my life. Lily of the body, you are the pillar of my life. You are the pillar of my life. You are the pillar of my life. Lion of the night, you are the pillar of. Chicanica, you are the pillar of. Daddy, you are the pillar of my life. Lion of Judea.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Anyway.
You are the pillar that holds my life.
Hey, yeah.
Master Jesus, you are the pillar that holds
You
my life.
You are the
Master
pillar.
Jesus, you are the pillar that holds my life.
I said, Jesus, unibu kalabati sinduwe. Nibu kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biembe, nibu kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabano. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe. Ojo biomi ko nibu kwa kalaba. Chikani nibu kwa kalabao. Nibu kwa kalabati sinduwe.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. God bless you all. We're back again. We're going to start talking right now, hearing from our wonderful panelists. Yeah, callers. I can see some of you be calling in since. I'll pick your calls later, but let me take on 4 straight panelists first. Then I'll also take at least 5 callers. Thank you very much. I want to quickly appreciate Chike Udobi. Thank you very much for the super chat. May God bless you. May pocket never run dry. Thank you very much for the super chat as well. May pocket never run dry. I appreciate every one of you. Please, guys, click on the $sign. Support what we are doing here. Help us to click on the like button. Help us to share. Help us to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Join our membership program by hitting on that join button right there. And I got let me see if I can see the name right now. I got a paper support from somebody. Let me see if I have the name right here. 1 minute, guys. I got a paper support from, oh no, I don't have the name right here, but I know somebody supported me with a paper. Hold on, guys. I like to acknowledge my people, make an novice. I think that was yesterday. I really want to appreciate this person here. One moment. I just need to go straight to the paper to quickly see if I can. Okay, yes, I got it here. This one was from, the name is not over here. You said it's a thank you gift. Thank you very much. That was 38 pounds, 57 pence. I really do appreciate this, but your name is not here. Okay, your name is not here. Thank you very much. I could not find your name, but what you wrote there, a thank you gift. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, but there's no name on it. Thank you for the support. May God bless you. May pocket never run dry. If you are listening to me right now, I want you to know that I really do appreciate this. I got this today. I guess you sent it yesterday. God bless you all. All right, let me listen to the first panelist on the panel today. Is give us a mandate. Give us a mandate. Good evening to you once again. Please talk to us with all we've presented so far. 8 minutes, sir.
Well, good evening again to you. Good evening, panelists. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. Very, very interesting videos that you showed. And Well, I think on the fuel subsidy, um, that's a very funny one. But one thing is, whether you voted for Tinubu or you didn't vote for him, regardless, people are going through pain now. The sad thing is, they took away the subsidy, and the price skyrocketed about 500 and something naira from 100 and something naira. Um, that's not even a good start at all, because once that price goes up, we all know Nigeria, when things goes up, they don't come down, and they don't ever come down. I think it's a story all over the world. When things go down, it's very hard to bring them down. I and since they have money in the budget to cater for this subsidy up until the end of June, why take out the subsidy um, all of a sudden? And I think what they're trying to do is, we're going to take out the subsidy, and then if you have a filling station, you must sell your gas, you must sell your petrol to the people, and if you don't sell, we're going to shut you down. We're going to seal. They're going to seal your filling station, and nothing you can do about it. Well, this is a system of autocratic leader, and this guy is going to rule like a king. For the number of days he's going to sit in that place, because Mahmoud Yakubu decided to put Nigeria into this mess by selecting this guy as a president. So we're not saying subsidy removal is not okay. It's okay, but I mean, before you remove subsidy, have a plan for it. Have a plan. It's been there for a very long time. So taking
give us a mandate. Good evening. Sorry, I just needed to interject a little bit. Please don't make him so like special. He cannot rule like a king, because kings are trained. This one is not trained. He's raised. It's an animal. Please.
Well, me using that word does not mean he's a king. He's just going to he wants to exert authority. He wants to sit down, and if you listen to what Kenneth Okonkwo said, is a fight now between the arrogancy of power and the humility of purpose. Now, what Tinubu is displaying is the arrogancy of power. And what Peter Obi is doing by going to the court and everything is just the humility of purpose. I have a purpose to serve the nation, but even as I have this purpose, I have to be humble. Oh, this one said, Mahmoud could give me the power, and because I have the power, he's going to be arrogant. So that's what he's trying to play. And, hopefully these old things die down. And honestly, I can't wait to see Peter Obi becomes the president of Nigeria. That's what I'm waiting for. Whatever Tinubu like he does, I don't care, because he's not my president. I don't even know him, so I don't want to even know him. I don't want to give him any recognition or any accolade. I don't care about what anybody thinks. So that's your own opinion. But for me, as is right now, Peter Obi is my president. Tinubu is not my president. I don't know Tinubu. Tinubu is Kenneth Okonkwo said it. The man sitting in Aso Rock is not a constitutionally duly elected president. No, he's not. He doesn't have the backup of the constitution, because he decided to illegally put himself there through the help of Mahmoud Yakubu. So, but and then going to Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo, I mean, I listened to that video yesterday, and I was like, God bless the whom that carried that man, because he just basically analyzed everything and just make it clear to everyone what's the purpose, what's going on, and then what they need to do on all of that. And so what he said about the double nomination, I think that's very clear, because before now they have a local standing, but now they don't. PDP doesn't have a local standing, but now everybody's in the. So what they are fighting against now is a post election stuff, because obviously this guy partook in the election, and when he did that, INEC did not even show that, he dropped his double nomination somewhere. They didn't know where it was shown. So that is enough. But I think like the first caller, the person that called earlier during the greeting said, 25% alone is enough to end this situation. Let's just forget about this case. Did Tinubu win 25% of Abuja? No. Did he win Rivers State legitimately? No. Rivers State was rigged. Did he win Lagos State? Did Tinubu have 25% in Lagos State? No. Did he have 25% in Plateau? No. So if you remove all of those places where he doesn't have 25%, and then Peter Obi, they calculate all the thing together and then give to Peter Obi, Peter Obi automatically becomes the president. So I don't know why the tribunals are going through this whole process and delaying the Nigerian marches. This whole thing can be decided upon in less than 24 hours. You just sit around, okay, 25% is not there. You don't have it. Atiku doesn't have it. This guy has it. And you didn't win Rivers State. He won Rivers State landslide. He won Lagos State landslide. He won Plateau landslide, and then some other state that we heard about. So put all of those together. Peter Obi is the president. So, but Nigeria, they have to do what they have to do to disgrace themselves. Judiciary, Nigerians are still open and looking up to the outcome of the judiciary. Will be all the year, but all I can say is now is that whether you voted for Tinubu or Mahmoud Yakub, Redeeming or not, the effect of this subsidy is on everyone. Hopefully, the right thing is done on time to cushion the effects, because buying petrol for 515 naira per liter when there is no maybe a kind of equivalent of amount of money that people take home. Minimum wage is about 30,000 naira. So think if you add all of those things together, plus price going up in the market, people don't have a means of livelihood anymore. So, but Nigeria, God will help us. Thank you very much. I appreciate your efforts.
Thank you. Give us a mandate. Thanks for your submission. Yes, everybody entitled to their opinion. I like the fact that you state that very clear. That Tinubu is not your president. Peter Obi is your president. Yes, you have right to that constitutionally, especially when we know that the way Bola Ahmed will become the president of Nigeria is unconstitutional. That's why it's in court. That's why it's being challenged. Like I said before, until the case in court is over, Tinubu is not my president. I said it before on this platform. Once the case is over, obviously, yes, I will know who is my president. You cannot have case in court and say someone is my president. But he's the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as we speak. So we must respect that. God bless you all. Mandarita, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you. I can see you right there. Destiny of your boy. I can see you. Nosaka, I can see you as well. Divine Cross, I can see every one of you. Mr. Joseph Oji, I can see you all. Thank you. May God bless every one of you. I just wanted to quickly scan through. All right, I would like to call on the next person on the panel, which is Amashola. Amashola, are you with me? Good evening to you once again, sir. Please talk to us in 8 minutes.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Thank you very much.
I greet the house.
Thank you.
I greet the house. The issue we have right now is we have elected someone that is not capable of running the country, and people around him were not able to advise him before that day. The Nigerian buying fall at 550 doesn't make sense.
Mr. Mashola.
Yeah.
Good evening. You use the word that we have elected. We didn't elect.
We have elected now.
INEC selected.
No, let us see that is it whether INEC selected or not selected.
It's INEC. We know who elected. Please, let's say what it is. We know the truth now. We cannot be using words. INEC selected. Yes, please do that.
INEC selected, non-Nigerian selected. Okay, agreed. The fuel situation right now, I do not see where. I want to use this analogy. A man has a bakery. He has all the materials. He sells bread for 1,000 naira, and his family member wants to come and buy the bread in the bakery. Are you expecting the family member to buy the same bread at 1,000 naira? I will expect the family member to say, okay, we'll buy it for 500 or 400 instead of 1,000. You sell for everybody. If I'm the one that have the crude oil, the whole problem I say now is Niger Delta people will be having more, because if I have crude oil and we have refinery owned by a private person to me, I would say allegedly owned by Nigerians that are stealing Nigerian money. Now, you want to start operating by July. You are trying to fix price down before you start producing. That is what's happening. All this you are seeing is a game plan by the elites to determine how much Nigerians will buy for. If you have a refinery, Nigerian refinery is not working, and you now have a private refinery, it's a very simple thing for government to say, okay, Dangote will give you crude oil at this price. Give us equivalent of that crude oil back as fuel, so that we'll remove fuel subsidy. But because they are all wicked, they don't think that way. And even if they think that way, they will quash it at any meeting they are doing. So I am not surprised. The elites are just being, they don't have sympathy for human beings. The last time I spoke on this panel, I said this issue, they won't solve it on, it will even go beyond Friday. Today is Thursday. The fuel crisis is still outside there. They have done meeting, there's no solution. By tomorrow, it will be the third day or fourth day they are having this issue of fuel scarcity. And it doesn't break them. They will not solve the problem. It's not their business. They can afford to buy fuel at any price. They can afford to buy diesel at any price. The painful part now is all this is going to affect anything anybody is doing. You can imagine somebody that stays in Nigeria that buys petrol to run his boat. To run a boat from Warri to Escavos, you need like 250-liter jerry can. Just one trip, you will burn 2 jerry can, that's 100 liters. You will burn it all the way to Escavos, and you're coming back to Warri. That means you'll be buying almost 200 liters of. So calculate that, and then how much is transport? I'm talking about local boats. I'm not talking about those special boats. Local boats. This is how people travel from Warri to those riverine areas. They'll be affected. I'm not talking about local transportation. We are moving things from left and right. In Escavos, I'm talking to you about now, they don't have pipe-borne water. They buy pure water. The last time I was there, you buy one pure water for 10 naira. I could imagine how much they will buy pure water now. Now, because there you can't, there's no drinking water anywhere. You can drink over there. So if this price will stay at 500, if that's even they even have the fuel to buy and put in their boats, they should consider all these people, because the rich are the one, they are getting richer. The rich are getting richer, and the cabal is getting smaller because they are cutting the level of people getting to that top now. That's what they are doing. So I don't seem to expect anything interesting about them. Then the sack of a service chief. Him sacking the service chief now is going to be more difficult if he saves remove the service chiefs right now. Is that for his own good or for our good? There are two things. Because if he does it, and by the grace of God, the tribunal finishes and says, okay, Tinubu, you're not qualified, you're disqualified. It is only the military that can get that guy out. It is only the military that will be able to say go out, because he's going to be very stubborn to leave the post. That's the real thing we are talking about. Nigerians that voted Tinubu, I think they are enjoying the atmosphere, because I know so many people that said yes, they voted Tinubu, they want Tinubu. I told them, if you want Tinubu, don't call me again. I won't send you money. They should be happy now. They should clap for themselves. They've achieved something beautiful. Because we do not know how Nigerians will survive. Even surviving for the next 3 months, I don't know how they will do it. But just don't. It's only 1 week they are doing now. Just 1 week, and everybody's crying. If you can come out of 8 years of Buhari, you have just done 1 week, and the whole country is crying. Just imagine what it look like in 3 months' time. Because I know, by the grace of God, 3 months' time, we will know whether it will still be there. By the time we pass all the evidence from the courts, it's obvious that they didn't win the election. Evidence are everywhere. The judges have seen it. The INEC can't respond to it. APC can't respond to it. So it's more like we're having a landslide in the courts, by the grace of God. I'll hit for it at this point. Thank you, Mr.
All right.
Elvis.
Thank you, Mashallah. God bless you. Thank you very much for your submission. I really do appreciate this. All right, I would like to use this opportunity to tell Madam Patricia, when people are giving their interjection, in case you have anything you want to say, let them finish in totality, and then you can spot on what you need to tell them, not during the time of submission. Except the only time we can stop people during the time of their submission is only when they are against the rules of our platform. For example, they are using the forbidden words on this platform. Yes, we can stop them immediately. Anything more than that, even though we agree or we don't agree, let them finish first. Everybody, I'm using this opportunity to tell everybody, because I'm seeing on the comment section, Mr. Joseph OG stated something like that earlier on. Etiosa also stated something like that we should, when I was talking about Mr. Charles, he did not interrupt Mr. Kenneth Okoko, so we should do more of that on our platform. Yeah, I think that will be very nice. Please, all my panelists, the continuous interjection is not a good thing, because it makes people forget what they were saying, their line of thought. So that's why I talk about bullet pointing. There's nothing wrong. You have a paper, a pen with you if you know that you're going to be coming to this platform all the time. Obviously, you are going to have a lot of things to talk about. It means that you are organized. Bullet point them down, and I would like to give kudos to CM on this aspect, because whenever I present videos on this platform, you can see Mr. CM bullet point everything on the book. When he's taking them, he take them one by one. You see him looking at the paper, you go to the other one, take it. You go to the other one, take it. So I don't know if others are doing it, but I'm only referencing to Oga CM because I've seen him doing that so many times. So please, let's emulate that kind of style, rather than in the middle, we just stop somebody. Hello, they're at the end. The person might not know how to continue anymore. The only way we can stop you here, anybody can stop you. Please, I want to use the opportunity to beg all my panelists, please help me with the bad words. I can see some of you are already doing that. Somebody did that on this platform yesterday. He stopped one of the panelists when he was using the forbidden word. Yes, I want all of my panelists, both my callers, my commenters, when anybody use the forbidden word here, if you're on the panel, you have right to stop the person. It doesn't have to be any of us that is working here. Stop the person immediately, correct the person immediately. So if we continue to correct people like that, they might find it offensive, then they will know the right thing to do. Don't wait for them to finish that submission at all because of the bad word, because this channel is totally against bad words. And for the comment section, you people can do the same thing without no insult though. So thank you very much. God bless everybody for your understanding. So I'd like to call on Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken, thank you very much for your patience with us today. Good evening to you once again. Please talk to us in 8 minutes.
Okay. And thank you, everybody that they listen to all the talk, everybody they talk since, and I enjoy all of them. See, as I just sit down, they listen, and they listen to news. I never discover, say, something just make me just laugh and just the regret to be so. We are going to see many problems in the few next, upcoming days where they come ahead. We will see many problems, because the first thing we say, the difference between Peter Obi and Bola Tinubu is different between ambition and vision. Tinubu not get plan about the people life or the next generation, or to transform people's life. Not be the thing when he make him run for this thing, say he want to be. Now ambition, and he tell everybody from the beginning, it's not my turn. I'm not only talking, not only about saying my turn. He can't put more sense inside the thing when he can say this thing. He feel actually there's one newspaper when he carry that and say he feel more fulfilled as now when we say don't enter this position. Say he feel more fulfilled at the best day of his life. So now be that day. Okay, I think you from newspaper. Now be the best day of your life. And I want to tell you one thing. I know see Peter have been over there, know my mind I want to, but I sure say if I speak, I know go there far from what you go there inside your mind. If when he become president, the only time when he go feel fulfilled, go tell you, I did fulfill now. I think it could be when all those pillars will be saying set up as the guidance for a thought for all this presidential time would be fulfilled. Like, for example, they say criminality. You want to erase all those criminal, elements and all those structure, all those things where they put around what we call structure. When they do for every area of government and the society, when they want to try it best. If you don't see and see the thing don't lower, because I'm not safe to just say removal, finally, or everything move, it go there very hard. But you can't see and see can't reduce and well. Because to say our value as human being and as a Nigerian society in the whole big world, it can't increase. The human index, as all those things, they grow up like that. They always talk about Millennium Development Goal. It can't say it can't implement and it can't put all these things. It can't say the whole world, not over the world, ourselves can't see ourselves say we don't they go up in many aspects of governance and when it touch human life, it go can't say they fulfill. So if Tinubu not mind, say make somebody they would run the government for every wife, they run and they do them. So long so they say, who be the president? My name that they call. He go just smile, say yes. This thing that they say I want to get, I must get them. Now be the whole thing about himself and whatever they are talking about there. And also, him talking about say running the ground, hitting the ground, he go run. He'll start to run, then he go remove subsidy immediately. If he enter now, he talk and say, I remove them. This now Peter Obi vision. But he won't try to use them. My only regret to say when I come with lab, say, why not do justice to them? He just murdered that one of those cardinal war, platform that would have benefited Nigerian people. He just murdered them. Subsidy removed immediately. They go do them because you are sitting on the top of influence, power. So it will happen. But why you want do them and what you want use to make and say that's what you talk is bad because of what you can't do now. There is no plan, they are the whole thing at all. That is why I say they can't revert now. And all these things where they happen, we want to go happen for the upcoming days. Now, all those future campaign when in the run. And unfortunately, this campaign they run against himself and the party. Trust me, because once you begin to do like this, the small people they say your money even move them. Maybe they can't even say, make we just do them. They will come, they make more vibe again. Say, see, if I think this guy bribe me next time, I will chop the money. I not go even hold line up there. I go just go there, do what I want to. This guy not devil. They will come. So I just look there. That's why I say I laugh. Sometimes I go to verse, I see headlines for news and any of this platform. That is just one of the things that they see. And for the army, will be say want to change. And the justices. Now, normal thing to do the kind of thing. And especially if new adjudicator come and the nurses say this people will line up according to the way we want to make things happen, his vision, he has that right to, make some change, in the form of upgrade. But because of to know the kind of person when he be before, president, antecedent, he can't make everybody, even myself, the feel say, he go can't do him to help him to, to give him ambition, life wire. Like put army, you go come put the head. Person be saying he did lawyer to personally. So the interest of that person na him, not be the country. You go come put judge, you can't do, and say right now, the way the case they go, whenever you start to talk about the case, I just laugh where they try to arrange my stuff, my TV. But I just laugh like that in my head. They laugh. That's why I said they laugh, then I go to invest or they regret sometimes. They say in actually, I just feel, Tinubu actually, he don't really lost many things, honestly. And for me, I just feel say Nigerians should just hold their breath and just keep holding on because it not go there too long. For what I see right now, the evidence, because once evidence don't do plenty, that's don't plenty past plenty, and that means overwhelm. Once it don't overwhelm you, there is the thing when you look your left, now you they see. You look right, you they see. You look everywhere, you they see. And that is why they call it overwhelming. They don't fool everywhere. How you want to talk? What do you want to talk now? You go, it's hard for you to talk, say you don't see anything. You they look front, you don't see them. If you say now they front now a day, you go say, I they look back since so now I don't know if I turn front, I'm not gonna see the thing. but it dey everywhere. Nyafu nyafu. So how you go say you not see? If you say I close my eye, why you close your eye? Why you open your eye? So right now, I go just submit for year first. I know other people plenty for the platform they want to talk, but I really they enjoy the way the thing they go. And for the area of spiritual thing or our church things where they start as prelude for this talk, look, what did God want do? In the do prophecy, it not mean say now you they talk, now you go talk, that God go do. Prophecy not the instruct God at all. Prophecy now wetin God won't do, in can privilege you, make you can't see small. Say now we are the thing I want to do be this so prophecy or no prophecy, wetin God won't do, it they do am. If you allow you see piece of it and you not come out to explain them, or you can't put your ambition inside, or you can't put your feelings inside, it go just change the color of the whole thing. And when you by the time you deliver and I know go look exact or you know go even go look different. So we could just leave her like that and just do fight our fight as it makes sense. Thank you very much, Elvis, for everything.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ken. Thanks for your wonderful submission. God will bless you. Guys, please help us to like and share. I bet make on press on the $sign, support what we're doing here. Dr. Alexander Gomez, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you once more. Please continue to like and share. Let me call on the next person, which is Madam Patricia. Madam Patricia, please talk to us 8 minutes. Good evening to you once again, and thanks for your patience.
Good evening, Mr. Evans. Good evening to all my co-panelists, everyone on the platform, and also those that are connecting actively, participating. I want to greet every one of you and thank you especially for making our voice heard. But please, again, press the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel because, as you subscribe, then you make the channel more relevant so that Mr. Elvis will continue to do what he's doing, informing us, educating us through not only him, but, of course, nobody is perfect here. With all our panelists, including me, we're learning one or two things that will help us to make an informed decision. So please, let's encourage one another by sharing, liking, and supporting. Thank you. Yes. Wow, the lady that was crying wolf on the pastors. I will start from there because I'm a Christian and I believe in prophecy. I don't believe prophecy comes just like that. Prophecy is for you to walk. Look, you have to walk it. It's for you. There must be a doing to the prophecy, to the word of God. If you don't do it after it's given, you can forget it. Daniel, that everybody want to say, oh, they want to be like Daniel, or they want to, proved how he proved his custodianship of the word of God. Though he was not there when this prophecy was given, but he understood, the time. And he set himself to pray, and we know the end of the story. The Bible said that Daniel understood the books, and he knew that the promise God gave, the word prophecy, promise is also like a prophecy. It's God's word is prophecy. When God speaks to you or speak in you, and you are able to articulate it in a human language, that's what prophecy is. It talks to your spirit, So when you are able to catch that meaning and interpret it, it becomes prophecy. So this was prophecy given to Abraham by God. But the children were still in bondage, you were still suffering and whatever, And Daniel understood the book. That 70 years was the time they were supposed to be in that place. 70 years, and 70 years has passed, and they were still in bondage, and he set himself to pray. And we know all the temptation he went through, but God willing, because he prayed, he made proof of those prophecies. They get prophecy. I'm still challenging those people that come out and run their mouth. Did you pray? Did you use those prophecies to make war? It's easy to go to social media and open your mouth and be talking this, that. Yes, they told you this and that. Did the man of God tell you that you should fold your hands? Prophecy is for war. They are not just for you to hear and say, oh, hallelujah, and go to sleep. God can say something and it will not come to pass because you didn't activate it. You didn't make it to work. You didn't put it, you didn't work it. The word of God is for working. You have to work it. If you want to see it, you have to work it. How do you work it? By saying what he has said. He said, I have said, so that you may boldly say. When you boldly say it, what he has said, doesn't matter whether you are saying it now or not. You continue to say it. As you say it, what you say becomes what you see. So I don't want to go in that route of people coming to be cursing pastors and all those things. I'm not trained that way. I leave them to their God. Now they know when God talk to them, and they know when they go answer for what thing they do. Whether they mislead or they not mislead, I'm not in the position to judge. God has not made me a judge over anybody. You can run your mouth anyhow you want to run it. I believe I have a maker. To him alone, I am to give, he is to judge me, not humans. So that's where I stand. So pardon me if I'm maybe going the other way. But that's what it is. I can't change like that. Looking at the admission of the evidence, like I said, I've always said it. The evidence are enormous. They are overwhelming. There is no way these people are going to get away with this. There's no way. There's no way. You said make I clean your shit for you. You go shit like elephants. Excuse me. My hand off the packer now. Make we look at. My hand off the packer elephant sheets. If na dog shit, I feel packer. If na rat shit, I feel packer. If na fowl shit, I feel packer. But this one, elephant shit. You don't know elephant shit. Have you ever seen an elephant shit? Wow, it looked like 100 people shit. One place. How would your 2 pound? How can you pack it? It's not possible. Please. So nobody should be worrying themselves. Look, this mandate is like my brother just said now. Is it Dr. Ken that spoke now? Yes, I think he is the one. Like you said, I want to agree with you. What you said. Tinubu had this as an ambition, not a vision. It's clear. It's an ambition. It's an ambition he had. It's like a desire, It's like, one of his desire list on this part of on the earth that he wants to achieve. Now he has achieved it. I don't even think it will make so much trouble when the time comes for him to leave. I don't think so, because it's like the only people that we should be concerned about is the people surrounding him. Because look at it, he's fried already. He knows. He's already weak. It's only the people that are around him that will try to use him to try to make Nigerians, not him himself. As far as he's concerned, that day when it's time for that when they call us, whether na Land Rover, when they call us, when they wave how they do like say they kiss people. So hey God, he don't do for them. That's what he wanted to achieve. Nothing else. So that's why you can see that, because it's an ambition. He doesn't have the people at heart. He doesn't care. That's why he didn't care whether how many people he buy, how many people head roll. He not concerned him. Because the ambition is like he saw those people as an obstacle to this ambition of his. But when you have a vision, you have a vision to better people's life. You don't go that route. Because these are the same people you want to, these are the same people you are vision, you are, you know, not seeing your heart to see them live a good life. You cannot go that route to go and be asking people to go and do all those things. So he has fulfilled his ambition. So it's time for him to vacate. He will vacate, and he will not make trouble. Only those other people around him, that is the one that we have to be facing now. Those ones, that's the place we need to place our prayers. Because you see, these ones, they are not the ones that contested, but they are the ones that want to be in power, because they know now that this one, the very person that robbed the team, is not capable, doesn't have the capacity to, it's not capable to do anything anymore. So now they want to use him to hold everybody hostage. Those are the people we should be concerned about at this time. The people crying for what did they call them? Fuel. The young man saying that the government should come to his rescue. Look, that just shows the level of ignorance in Nigeria.
Okay, please try round up, Madam Patricia.
Yeah, because how can you be calling on the government to come and rescue you? The government that you didn't vote for. He said it, you didn't vote for him. Many of you did not vote for him, yet he's your president. So what do you think that kind of government will give you? He cannot ever meet your need. You crying for him to come to rescue you. You are just making a fool of yourself. You know, you're supposed to know what to do before now. And that's why the educating of our people comes first. We need to educate them. We need to let them know who their problem is, where their problem is coming from. Because if this man know that this person is calling now to come and help his problem, I don't think he will be calling on him to come and help him. I yield so far. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Patricia. Thank you very much for your submission. Yes, about the religion part of it. Yes, everybody is entitled to what you believe, how you accept it and all that. So nobody have right to drag anybody out of their belief. So I like your stand on your belief. You know, I also like the part where, you know, you quoted the Bible. But one thing I would say is that I understand it's not everybody that will accept that religion is part of the biggest problem we have in Nigeria. It is. But many people will not agree. Why? Because, you know, this is one of their beliefs. So they will never agree, and they will never agree forever. You cannot do anything about that. But as for me, one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria is religion, because you cannot tell me that religion is not being played in the UK, America, Germany, or any countries where every one of us lives right now, apart from Nigeria. You know, but we are enjoying the benefit, the democracy, the good atmosphere, all the good things in their country. They didn't pray to get it. They work hard to get it. They visualized the future, and they work towards the vision, and they actualized it. That's why not only their country people that is enjoying it today, you know, you and I came to the same country, we are enjoying all the benefits. And meanwhile, in our country where we pray and pray and pray and believe in religion, where we have more than 200 churches in one street, you know, look where we are today. Look at the suffering that we all are facing today. You know, it's so sad. These white people don't go for holiday and they will take their destination to Nigeria. Never. No any white person you see in Nigeria that came for holiday. If you see any white person that came for holiday in Nigeria, you know that either our husband na Nigerian man, he follow and come, or a wife na Nigeria woman, he follow and come. Say only him just buy ticket. Oyibo will carry a wife, carry himself, carry children, say, I'm going for holiday where? For Nigeria. It's not possible. It's not possible. Why? Because our problem, we refuse to recognize it, you know, even though some of us can recognize it, but we also refuse to work on it. You know, for me, I'll reiterate again, I don't believe that you need to go to church and pray for a country to be better. If not by like that, many countries where you and I reside today, won't have been better at all. Even the gadget that you and I is using to talk right now, to communicate, to put everybody together as I'm speaking right now. Now, both people do one, not be prayer that they do one. Yes, not be prayer. I'm using a MacBook to talk to you right now. People now, when I say people start calling in right now, they will call in. You hear their voice. Not be prayer that they do one. We all are on the panel right now. You can see that we have 10 people on the panel. Now, person use software, create this way, not pray to do one. So it's better we start facing the realism of life so that we can have a better country as we all clamor for it. For any pastor to come on social media all the time in the name of maybe because other pastors are already doing well. I believe now there's this pastor called Pastor Jerry. Now many of the they look now where they call the pack the come out. Pastor Jerry and God now bless him. He come out, he shake every social media space, and as I speak today, is number one on YouTube. So yes, I understand. I love him, and I'm happy. There's time for everybody in life. There's time, but one thing that we must understand is this. It's not enough for all pastors, but the one with the village before all of them don't pack enter social media account, they lie. How can somebody come on social media to tell us that 26 and 29 will not work, but they will gather, but it will not work? When they are about to pronounce him, it will be arrested. It will be this, will be that. Those are, things to deceive other people. Please let people focus in their belief and let them utilize that belief to do what is right. But when you cajole them with your religion, force them, indoctrinate them that they must follow it, at the end of the day, they will not be able to follow their original belief to actualize that dream they wish to actualize. So for me, this is my take. It's not compulsory other people must follow or agree. Everybody else have their own belief. But I noticed that many of us, we pray too much, we the back of this religion of a thing. We not in Nigeria. That's the funny part of it. We not in Nigeria, because if you go find people who really they back these people up, you'll say 90% statistically we're not in Nigeria. I will say we in Nigeria more they defend religion. If for good, pray now may you eat. Pray may your road stay good. Pray as usual, may never take big lights as we do one, or rather pray may this fuel scarcity now we did now make it come out. We cannot be in abroad. We continue to use religion, to weaponize confusion on so many people in Nigeria is bad. For me, I'm totally against the speech of that Pastor Kingsley of whatever he is. He should come on air to apologize, not to come on air and be attacking the fellow Nigerians or social media again by saying people on social media are talking about me. They are this, that. You cannot judge me because God said you cannot judge. No, you should be penalized by coming on air to lie to the innocent Nigerians that are clamoring, fighting head and scatter to have a better country. You came on air to deceive us. I promoted you as well because I thought what you were telling me is true, but you deceived us. So let's move on. I appreciate you. Or I'd like to quickly appreciate my dear brother Akim. Thank you for the super chat, the progressive NG. That is my brother right there, Akim. Thank you very much for your continued support, both on air and off air. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. And I have other people who just supported me now. I have Jaja. Thank you very much, Jaja, for the super chat. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. May God bless you. We have Busy Brains on the comment section today. Thank you very much for the super chat. Your continued support, Busy Brains. I really do appreciate this. Thank you so much. May God bless you. We have Isaiah Adam, thank you very much for the super chat as well. I really do appreciate this. May God bless every one of you. May your pocket never ever run dry. I really appreciate the love that you guys are showing to me here. And thank you very much, Mother Patricia, for helping me to echo it, for people to like and share and support us financially. You always do that. I want you to know that I appreciate you always, always, always. Thank you very much, my people. Now I go move on. Continue to press on the like button and help us to share. Let me move on to the next person, which is To Niger in the building. To Niger, good evening to you, sir, and thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for your patience. Please talk to us in 8 minutes.
Yeah, greetings, Niger Watch, and greetings to everyone on the panel, the chat, and to the viewers. I don't know why that guy was trying to defend the pastor, or trying to, imagine that the pastor didn't interpret the vision very well. It's like, what is the use of a vision if you cannot interpret it very well? You are completely useless. You're not a pastor. So you might as well be a schizophrenic or bipolar person that hears voices. So there is no use. And then if you are not a true prophet, don't bother. And I personally, I don't subscribe to those sort of beliefs. I believe that the true prophets are true people that actually know how to read society as perfectly, and God created them. God created, they know how to read things and see it for what it truly is. And when they say what they see, people think that, it must well be a heavenly divine creation, isn't it? Because they can read things that people cannot normally read. Let's put it that way. Regarding the subsidy business, one, I don't even know how it got to 540. For one, I know I bought it yesterday for 540, and it's not funny at all. And something that is supposed to end in, the end of this month. How is it that it's kicking in now? In a way, if there's anything I have, I quibble with the interview, was that Kenneth Nwako didn't pick up on that. That why is it expensive now? And why is the government not telling them to stop selling it at that high price now? Because they have hiked up the price when it's meant to be 190 something at most. Why is it not stopped? Nobody's calling for that to stop. The other thing is, you see, we have to be careful when we listen to people, because these unions, I'm really getting cross with them, because when I saw the video of what some of the unions are doing, they're just saying, let's revert back to the status quo. Let's revert back to the status quo, because the status quo is what was there before. It's like, but why would you revert to the status quo? Status quo, do you know whether it's going to come back again? That's how they have been doing it. They want to cancel it before. Unions want to strike. Let's go and talk. Let's talk again. It will not come back again. You should be asking for the palliative to be put in place immediately. I don't understand these people sometimes. Why ask them to go back? It's already done. Ask them to institute the palliatives immediately. Ask them to start putting in place loans so that small businesses can be able to get loans to transition from generators to solar panels. Those are the kind of things that make people's lives better. The kind of you see, how many things did I just say just now? This kind of stuff, these type of people should be doing, but they don't do it. They argue forward and backward. They stunt our Nigerian knowledge. I don't understand it. I personally, I don't understand it, because these were highly educated people. They know more about this thing than I do. Why you asking me to go backward? What if you go backward 2 months, 3 months, first subsidy doesn't come off? Nigeria is spending 95% of all its revenue servicing debts alone. Only 5% is left for the entire country. That's why our country is borrowing money like somebody that has just, I don't even know how to describe it. We are borrowing money all over the place. This country will collapse if that stuff is not settled out. And guess who is going to get hurt the most? The poorest. When there is an economic catastrophic collapse, when we cannot service our debt anymore, our currency is going to go into free fall. If you think 1 naira to 800 or 900, this thing, 1 pound to 900 naira is a bad thing, watch when they become 5,000 naira. And look at people's lives then. And that's what people, some of all these people are so irresponsible, some of their behavior, they don't understand the danger they are putting in the country. We've seen this happen, this type of behavior happen in Argentina and many other countries. Once you get into a debt crisis, the international community will destroy your currency. And your economy will be completely decimated. And before you recover from that, it's going to be years, 5 years or so. And all it takes for these unions and our leaders to deal with this problem right now is to start saying, okay, stop the petrol stations from selling at an exorbitant rate, which is very interesting because it just got straight to 540. 540 precise number, and I heard that on TV too. So who put it at 540? When the fuel subsidy is till the end of the month. How is that happening? Okay, they're not going to the money that was reserved for the fuel subsidy this month. What happens to it? Who gets that money? What is going on? You just saw this is a teaching moment for many of us when we are listening to our leaders and the way they talk. We just had an interview, even with an opposition person, and we had all our leaders, the way they talk, They are exempting the middle. They are exempting the middle most crucial thing that is making people suffer right now, that they don't have to suffer. That 540 pounds, 540 naira price on at the petrol station. Why is it high now? Because that could give, if they brought it back down where it was meant to be, because the Buhari government put it for so that the first subsidy can last to the end of the month, then it allows the government to come in, at least if they are willing to do it, come in with the palliatives by that time to start this is alleviating some of the suffering of the poorest people in the society. This wouldn't have been a major issue. And I don't like it when I hear our union leaders say, let's revert to the status quo. This is what they do. Revert to the status quo for what? What are you going back for? You want the economy to collapse first? Do you actually care about the people you are worried about? I don't understand this kind of people. Why do they do these things that they do? In short, personally, I consider them traitors. They want our economy to be weakened and weakened and weakened. These are the same people that have been negotiating with Buhari for the last 8 years. These are the same people that kept the fuel subsidy the way it is till now. I don't know why they keep repeating this same mistake over and over again. It's like they don't want to learn any lesson at all. People keep falling for ASU every time. They have to say, oh, we want to go on strike because we care about the people. You go on strike for 9 months. You are destroying the nation. You don't care about the people. There's a difference between caring about somebody and starving them of progress. The people you claim you care about, you are starving them of progress. The poorest people, they were not educating them. Then moving to security. When the current president was getting into office, he was saying he's going to change the Nigerian security posture. He was going to do a massive recruitment into the military. And now, they started doing that, they are shuffle again, that they do. They want to do that nonsense shuffling dance that they do again. They're not going to do it. They'll keep the country as weak as possible, and lack of security and everything that keeps most of our diasporans away from the country. They are not going to fix the country. If you want to fix the country, stop talking about, oh, I want to restructure the security forces. I want to increase equipment and all this. You know what the heart of the problem is. They knew it before the election. They knew it. Because they said it. But after the election, the people that see, they don't know why. People should be asking themselves this question. Why do these people refuse to fix their country? They have the power to do it, but they refuse. Our youths are on the street doing nothing. 200 million in population, we are using only 200 something thousand, less than one, just about, I don't even think it's up to 1% of our population, less than 0.2% of our population to defend the country. What kind of country is that? That is not normal. You can give them jobs. That man can create jobs right now. That president can decide to create 2 million jobs if he chooses to. And those 2 million jobs will benefit the country immensely. Because our farmers will be able to go to work without worrying about getting slaughtered. People in Benue will not be waiting for people to come and cause a lot of casualties there. The same thing in Jos. Our country is bleeding from every angle, and people are coming into the country with aircrafts that can fly for more than 6 hours to come and take materials away from our country. We don't know what is going on in the country. These people refuse to do what needs to be done. Many of our leaders are lying to us. We really need to learn how to read the ruins. Read the ruins. If you look at, and that's why I keep urging Nigerians, go and read. Go and study. Take 10 minutes every day. Study how other nations are structured. And then you'll be able to see the cunning behavior of these leaders, how they behave. That is, for me, I really find that very, very sacrilegious. If anybody that says they're going to fix the security of Nigeria, they don't do it. Those people are basic traitors. They know exactly what they are doing. They are traitors to our people. Because if you fix the security, I can bet you, the economic activity in Nigeria is going to increase. Jobs are going to improve. Every sphere of life is going to improve, because many diasporans that are overseas right now will be in Nigeria spending most of that money and helping to build the country back up. But this will make the country unlivable, completely unlivable for Nigerians. Thank you.
Thank you to Nigeria. Thank you very much for your submission. Okay, if anybody want to interject anybody when they finish talking like that, you can. You only have 30 seconds or 40 seconds to do that. Or you wait when it gets to your time, then you can now use your time to interject anybody that have previously submitted their own. Okay, let me call on ED. ED, are you there with us? Good evening to you once again. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and thank you for another opportunity to be able to be on this panel. So, very interesting topics on the table today. The first one is the issue of the prophecy that was given. Um, Let me say first that I am a Christian and I am also a charismatic Christian at that. So I believe in prophecies. I believe in spiritual experiences. But I would also be the first to say that there's a problem with the way we practice Christianity, especially charismatic Christianity in Nigeria. The Bible is very clear about being able to evaluate prophecies. In short, the Bible asks us to test prophecies. And one of the ways that we should is to see if that prophecy actually comes to pass. We can't, we can't we can't be tweaking the Bible to suit realities, especially when those realities are against the prophecies that we made. Right? The Bible says in Deuteronomy chapter, I think Deuteronomy, I don't know the exact chapter, that if anybody gives a prophecy and the prophecy does not come to pass, that prophet is being presumptuous, and God did not send that prophet. Right? So that prophet was supposed to be stoned if it was in the Old Testament, right? Yes, there's a possibility that we'll miss it sometimes, but that's where humility comes. You can't start gaslighting people when you are the one who actually missed a prophecy. If the biblical standard in the Old Testament was that strong, what of now when we say we are even people who have the Holy Spirit within us? So as for that prophecy by Mr. Kingsley Okoye, I think it has done more damage and made even shipwreck of people's faith. The best thing for him to do now is to just apologize, and that's it. On the issue of fuel subsidy, we all remember January 1st, 2012, when we were greeted with the issue of removal of fuel subsidy. For people like me, it probably was the first time we were hearing of fuel subsidies, right? And there was a lot of hula baloo. We remembered the old Ojota chariot, and we know how Tinubu, Oshomole, Fashola, Tunde Bakari, and there are lots. We know what they did then and how they made it look like Goodluck was the worst person to ever live after Hitler. But today they are the ones that just want to throw this thing at us, and we should just swallow it like that. And before Goodluck even came out to announce the issue of the removal of fuel subsidy, he consulted with all key stakeholders. He had town hall meetings where even this Oshomole was there. Lamidu Sanusi, then the CBN governor, was there. Okonjo Iweala was there. They addressed the press. They did a lot of public interfacing just to make people understand why this thing needed to be removed. They also came up with strategies to ameliorate the effect of the removal. Like they were going to release some buses for the sake of mass transit, and they were also going to pump in some money in terms of in form of like some sort of tokens to people just to buffer the effects of the shock that will result from that fuel subsidy removal. But today we have people who criticize that and use that. We know that that was the inflection point in Goodluck's presidency. That was where he began to lose the goodwill of people. And people like Tinubu and Oshomole rode on that. And now they are now at the ends of affairs, only for them to do it without even giving any consideration to anybody. For Tinubu to say something like, I'm going to remove this fuel subsidy, you can protest all you want. It just shows the level of insensitivity and the Machiavellian mindset of these people. It's quite unfortunate, but that is what we have to face until the judge or the court decides otherwise. We know how important PMS is in Nigeria. Even though we have been so blessed with it, we still have to import it. And we know that it has very multiplier effect in our economy. Everything we do uses petrol. Whether you go to the barber shop, whether you go to church, there's a generator. And that's why it's very insensitive for these people to just, not cater to those effects or even try to sit down and think about it before just removing the thing. Yes, we all agree that that thing needs to be removed, but that's not the way. It's like just removing a bandage from a sore without thinking of, okay, how do I quickly do something so that maybe this person does not lose so much blood. Oh, sorry. I hope I'm not using the sorry, I'm using the wrong word. But that being said, again, it's not unexpected. This guy is just trying to be a showboater. The current president, he just wants to be seen as someone that's very firm, who's able to make the tough decisions. But then it amounts to a little bit of folly if you just make decisions on the ground of impressing people with this show of being very forceful, without doing things that will make the suffering not as hard as it is now. So on the issue of the tribunal, the case, I don't know if that was part of the topics that you raised earlier, but I just wanted to speak to it. I know that the Labour Party started presenting their evidence today. Initially, it was said that they did not arrange their evidences appropriately, but I think they were able to do that. And at the end of the day, we believe that there is light coming from that part of the tunnel, because the fact that INEC is stringently refusing the tendering of those evidences, it means that maybe the Labour Party's lawyers are actually hitting them where it's paining them, because all through today it was a case of, oh no, don't present that, we won't allow that, we're going to write an opinion against you tendering such documents. If those documents are indeed INEC's document, I don't see why they should be refusing the tendering of them. So I just hope that we're really moving closer to where we want to be. And then, is there any other issue? The issue of judicial reforms. Yes. I really like the way that Andoka presented the issue. It's quite unfortunate that most of our public servants, they kind of just become sort of more relatable when they leave office. Because Andoka was not so much of a spectacular attorney general. There was a lot of allegations against him, and he wasn't really personable as the attorney general. But recently, he's been this kind of very calm, cool-headed, and relatable individual. So I mean, I get the points he was trying to raise. Really, we are really short-staffed in the Supreme Court. But then I find it interesting, because when I compare it with the American Supreme Court, they have about 9 judges, right, in the American Supreme Court, and he's advocating that we have about 21. But that also shows that there are too many cases that go to the Supreme Court that should probably not go there, that should probably go to other lower courts. Again, the lower courts are themselves understaffed. So that's something, but it's just a little bit of a double whammy for me, because I would not want someone like Tinubu to be carrying out this kind of reforms when he is also like, he's what do you call it? He has a case to answer with the courts too, as regards his presidency. So I don't think he should be the one, enforcing that reform, or he should probably wait, right, until these cases are decided. Otherwise, it will look like a conflict of interest. So, but that being said, I think it's a good thing for that to be looked at. Is there any other issue I've not spoken about, Mr. Elvis?
I believe you've touched on everything.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So I might have to step down now from the panel so someone else can come in. Thank you for having me.
May God bless you, my brother. I really appreciate you for coming in. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, my people, continue to press on the like button and let us do this together. The next person we have right now to speak to us, we have 3 to go. Mr. Edwin, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us in 8 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the panelists. comment section, I greet all of you, no matter where you are. Naija Watch family, I greet all of you. Like I will always say, my presentation is always kind of different from other people because we all reason differently. As we don't look alike, we don't resemble each other. So also our thoughts and minds and differences goes. For me, I think I will start with this subsidy that was removed. Say it the way it is, it does not destroy relationship, it doesn't spoil friends. The so-called subsidy removal that has been beaten around ever since, I think now that they are doing it to favor Dangote. That's my take on it. Why is it now that Dangote commissioned his oil production, what's it called, refinery, within 10 days, everything that just kickstart, then we not just have to now say, okay, subsidy is over. At the end of this day, at the end of today, to whose detriment is this thing being carried out? For me, I see it as a way that these leaders, they go behind some people whom they feud into their own circle as part of them that will do the unknown to most of us and to the entire country. That's my take in this, because I see no reason why it is being. You are doing it right now. No agenda, no principalities, no guidelines, no order, just nothing. So for me, my take into it, because this thing in Nigeria has been going on for a long time. For years, Dangote was the only person who was importing sugar into the whole of Nigeria. For years, he was the only person who was bringing rice until people now fought to break that backbone. For years, he's the only person who's authorized to be bringing oil from Indonesia or from wherever into Nigeria. For years, Dangote is the only person dealing majorly on cement. And other cement companies now that are just trying to major with him now, they are also from the Northerners. When we talk of sugar, it's the same thing. So, Indomie. So I don't understand that most of these things that will go to a sectional person or sectional Nigerians, the government will now top it. You don't create room for one person to hold a nation of 200 million to hostage. No. No market competition. No. At the end of the day, why is it that Dangote commission his refinery? That is where this thing now is now we start and it's not going back. Why? I don't really understand. Because we all are Nigerians. We all are Nigerians. You cannot make this thing to suit one person. Whether the remaining people are perishing, languishing in hell, you don't care. You don't want it. Now, the same subsidy we are talking about now. Today is 1st of June. And the budget reached the end of June. And today, this thing has started. What about the remaining money that was used to subsidize to the end of June? To which account is it going? Who are this money with? What is wrong with it? Why is it now that Nigerians cannot even enjoy 1 month ahead and use that 1 month to adapt to the latest changes that they are going to face? Why? I don't really understand. The end of June the budget is up to the end of June. The money now that is supposed to foot that budget to the end of June. 1 month grace. Why can't Nigeria use that 1 month grace to adapt, to change? I don't understand. Because when Dangote refinery was not commissioned, it was always romancing and dialing the whole issue. Now that he has commissioned his refinery, it's starting and no more going back. I think they have to explain to Nigerians what exactly that is going on. Now, I now go to the courts. Fellow obedients and fellow Nigerians who are of the good governance policy and who are crying for the better Nigeria, I hope what is going on now, I think it will be good for all of us, which I pray, and God Almighty to come and do everything for us. Because when He's by you, the needful is always being done, and when it is done by His grace, we call it miracle. That's the way I have seen it. Now, 6th state was declared by Labour Party that the result was tempered seriously, and the original Beavers satisfied INEC documents were all presented, and to my greatest surprise, INEC are trying to attack what they signed, satisfied. Whether they thought those people were missing, or I don't really understand what Mahmoud thought he has done. The Benin people will ask you, Omwere Regboto, Mahmoud Umwere Regboto. I don't really understand what Mahmoud was thinking when he was doing all he was doing. And now, today, allegedly, the central bank has devalued the naira again, and today it was 630. 630 naira to a dollar today, being disvalued to become an official rate. Where are we heading to? What are they trying to do with Nigerian money? What are they trying to do with Nigerians as citizens? What are the economical stands? Where is it leading us to? They should tell us, because it's not going to be easy. If they disvalue it, like it has been written, and like it was displayed today, like I read through, I think we are in problem. I mean, we have problem. The country has problem. Nigerians, we have problem, and Nigerians, we are in problem. Because these people, they will cause this confusion, bring disheartening problems, destroy everything, and then at the end, we'll start to wallow in the unthinkable when it comes to the economy of that country. I don't know where they are heading to or where they are taking us to. But it is high time we start to watch, monitor. Sir?
Thank you, sir. Randall.
Okay, so at the end, about changing the service chiefs, the tenure of the service chief is always 4 years. If you like, you retain them. If they have not been able to keep up to 35 years of service, or they are not up to 60 years of age. When they are up to, then you don't renew their appointment. He cannot change service chiefs just to put people he wants because he's afraid of what is going on in the court. Nigerians are no fools. The Attorney General, the overhauling of the justice system, we know it is overdue. But let this saga, let this court proceeding, comes to an end first, and let the judgment be out there first. It's not running. Nigerians can wait. We've been waiting. I hang off there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Edwin. God bless you, sir. Thanks for your submission. Guys, please make sure give me a like or make sure press on the like. We currently have 695. Can we take that to 750, please? Press on the like button, my people. We still have over 900 people watching us across, 700 people watching us on Nigeria Watch. So let's take the likes to at least 750. Please press on the like button. Currently 697. If you know you have not hit on that like, just do that now. God bless you. Thank you. 699, 699. I'm looking at it. God bless you, people. I appreciate you all. 701 now. Yes, let's take it to 750. All right, let me call on Mr. Chuks Obibueze. Mr. Chuks Obibueze, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Thanks for your patience. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Elvis. Good evening, fellow Nigerians. Good evening, fellow panelists. Good evening, those watching us and those who are in the comment section. Please, like, share, and subscribe so that many of us who are eager to get all this kind of tori when they give on here, so that they will be able to join us. The more you share, the more it gets far. Yeah, I'm gonna start with Kenneth Okonkwo. You see, Nigeria, I said this yesterday, Nigeria is the easiest country on earth to govern. You see how he just said what they will do. Nigerians will be happy and move on with their life. Because all we need is just basic. We don't ask to be given money. We don't ask to be paying what is it called, unemployment benefits. None of them we're asking for. We're just asking, provide us with good road so that we can transport our businesses. Provide us with electricity so that we can do our businesses. And this government, with the continuation of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you see, it's completely irrelevant for him to, even on the first day, say what he said. Even if he's elected purely, he wouldn't have made it any better. Because these are people who have been in suffering for over 8 years. Because today is June the 1st. It's over 8 years now. And you stand up on a podium to tell them that you've removed subsidy without giving them alternative. I mean, I don't know who are his handlers, because you cannot tell me that he don't understand what is going on in the country. Normally, in an election, whoever wins in an election, his vote or her vote always exceed the second, the third, and the fourth, combined together. And you won with 8 million, and the 14 million others voted for the different party. And you don't see that as a concern. And you got on a podium on the first day. I said it. There's nothing that made them do that other than in our local government to show off. They just want to show off that he's talk and do. He said he's gonna do it. He's doing it. He's not afraid. That is the only thing that motivated him to do what he did. He don't think about the people. It doesn't concern him. Just that thing that will make them call him city boy, Jagaban. Those are the kind of things that makes him happy. And that is where you know that dementia have set in. He just reasoned like a baby. So that is why it is easy for all these people to manipulate him. Because they know, just tell him that will make him happy. That is it. He's ready to give you all his toys. And that's what he did. Nigerians, you see, this is why, for over 300 days, we are here saying it. Don't make the mistake. They will come with their force. They will come with everything they have. But don't give up. It's not any other reason why we're shouting that. Because we know they're going to come this way. Once they come this way, they put you into fear. Look, I don't know, but you don't protest for anything. Now petrol come. Some are shouting everywhere on social media. Protest. Nobody's doing anything. And I'm not asking for you to do, because the ball is in your court. It's up to you. If what he's doing is good, then fold your arms and do what you want. But if it's not good, you know what to do. We can't continue like this. We can't. Many people are suffering. Many people are crying. I will go on the pastor. You see, I was laughing when the first caller talked about how the man of God we shouldn't castigate him, not knowing that the man of God have already come out to say. I don't blame him. Most of these people, I understudy African pastors and Nigeria in particular. Sometimes I give them kudos because Nigeria is such a tough place. With what the pastors are doing, most of them. That is why so many people are not mad in Nigeria. Because they give you hope, and that hope takes you far. Even though you don't realize it, tomorrow you see another one come on board and start giving you the same hope. It's good in a way, But when it comes to this kind of a thing, and you come and, bring everybody's morale down, because probably if this man hadn't said that, many people would have reacted. But he said that and gave everybody hope. And being a Christian country, let me put it that way, we all just believe in him. And now he's coming out to say they are attacking him. I'm going to tell him one thing. One thing I learned in the Bible is there is nothing. I repeat, there is nothing like you praying to God to do this and do that for you, because already before you even pray, that prayer has been answered. The remaining one is in your hand. And that is why when God asked Solomon, what can I do for you? He said, give me wisdom. And I think that is what God gave each and every one of us. Because if you have that wisdom, you can solve your problem. Why are we talking about our principal, Peter Obi? Because he uses that wisdom God gave him to say, this is how we're going to fix this. Mr. Elvis, I see how happy, how bold you are when your compatriot, Kenneth Okonkwo, was speaking.
Of course.
That is wisdom. There's no any other thing he's saying other than wisdom, because God has given him that wisdom. And believe me or not, each and every one of us have got that. But when we refuse to use it, we are thinking somebody's going to do it for us. Imagine somebody praying, God, please make NEPA bring light. How is he going to? This is the reason why many things are going wrong. Like I said, if that man wouldn't have come out to say what he said, Nigerians might have, reacted to what happened on the 29th. So, he should just, keep himself to himself. Let him not bring people to start, using him to discredit all the pastors. I think that is what he's gonna do. I will quickly touch on the petition today. These people, they never see anything. No, just little. They give them, then begin the fear. INEC begin to say, "Na me get this one." I'm not sure say, "Na me get them." It's when we talk here that there is overwhelming evidence, we are not joking. By the time Nigerians will see the evidence, we read about the evidence, and that's one of the reasons why they don't want to show it, because it might even anger some people to do what is not necessary, But if we read it as news, at least we can digest it, because when the newsmen are talking about it, they will talk it in a different way. Thank God for the media houses like this one and a few others, because the headline alone will take you off. The headline alone will take you off, So I hope they make their argument very, very strong. Let them not give them the chance to talk about technicalities, even though Nigerians have warned against technicalities in this matter. What we want to deal with is evidence, nothing more. But in the same way, let our lawyers, let them be, look at things from every angle. Let them not give them the opportunity to come on with technicalities of a thing. And I think within few months, weeks now, we will know where we stand. I yield here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shooks Obeboze. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, let me quickly appreciate Nosahare. Thanks for the super chat. May God bless you. I really do appreciate this. Thank you. And I want to appreciate somebody send me money on PayPal. I received £10 from Blessing Shukuka. Thank you very much for the super chat, for the support on PayPal. May God bless you. I really do appreciate this. And the text you attached to it means a lot to me. So well done, Mr. Elvis. Keep up the good work. The Lord reward you abundantly. Amen. Amen. A big amen to that. Just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you that will be supporting us, those of you super chatting us, those of you supporting us financially, liking our broadcast here daily, those of you sharing our broadcast, all my wonderful panelists coming here every day to speak and change lives with their speech, with their submissions. I appreciate you all my commenters, my callers, my spectators. May God bless you all. Thank you. All right, let's hear from Black Panther. We have Black Panther on the building and Prince Akwashi. So when I'm done with both of them, then we go on the second round. Black Panther, please talk to us in 8 minutes. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you for giving us this opportunity, and most especially, I want to thank you for your consistency.
Thank you.
What you are doing now is what all the Christians in the world are supposed to do. If you are consistent in the word of God, your position to dwell on earth and acquiring the power of God which is in you, provoking the power of God in you, will rise up. But inconsistency has brought us to this level. That is the Christian. And I want to thank the panelists. All of you are speaking the right thing, and we are here again. They've made us to come and be, saying what we said 20 years ago. We are repeating ourselves all over again. I want to thank those commenters. I want to thank you all. As you are watching Niger Watch, don't be selfish. Don't be greedy. Invite some of your friends to also go on and watch it, because since it's educating you, you must spread the gospel to other persons so that it can also benefit them and bring about the awareness of what is going on in your country. I want to say one thing. We are back again talking on subsidy. Oil subsidy. Everybody, oil subsidy. Do you know what they've made us? Do you know what the so-called presidential select has made us? The intellectuals. I told you all that the intellectuals are the problem. They are the major problem of Nigeria. We have all gone round now. They've all boxed us to one corner, and we are speaking. We are talking of oil subsidy. I want to ask every one of us: have we not seen this type of rigmarole before? We have seen it before. Where a government will come, he will just come and say, "I remove oil subsidy." The next thing you see, the oil people will start going what? On strike. The next thing you see, they will come to the round table and they will start talking. The next thing you see, One person will go into the round table and go indoor, collect money, and they will say the strike is over because government, out of 10 points, government will be able to fix 2. That is to tell you that removing oil subsidy has a process. I beg to release this. How many of you have gone to really go into the reform done in the oil sector? It's a very bogus and a light thing. And the NNPC, they told us, is now PLC. People now own shares in there. And this has been going on for how many years now? They have not come to the round table and tell us how it was structured. How many percent do Nigerians own inside? How many percent is owned by private sector individual that decide to, put their stake in that business? Subsidy removal, it's a process. Until we get to know and study ourselves the process of removing subsidy that benefit the downtrodden Nigerians, then we'll keep on going around in circles and keep on allocating blame to each other. They told us, Agbado have the capacity. And some people fell on the wayside that, he has become. Let us see what he can do. He ain't going to do nothing. That is why they say Nigeria is the most easier place to govern. Because there's a blueprint on how to govern Nigeria. And the blueprint is that get the people busy in what they don't know about. What they don't know about, they don't know the process, they don't know how it goes, and they don't jump into it, and one person come up with strike, and all of us jump into it, we start blaming one person or the other. The problem, we don't have an institution that can speak for itself, that everyone can obey, institution that can bite to keep the sovereignty of a nation as one. We don't have it. You have NNPC. They bogusly destroyed NNPC. And NNPC is in the hand of some group of people. We have not asked that question. We have not asked the question of who is paying, who is receiving. We have not dealt with it. We have not even dealt with who are the one refining and where is our crude oil going to for them to refine. Remember, we have byproduct of this crude oil. Are they subsidizing the byproduct? Are they not going to subsidize the byproduct? What are they doing with the byproduct? We've not asked all these questions. That is why I said all these things are very wide. We cannot streamline our argument on subsidy because we don't understand how the process of removing subsidy. We can only speak to it. This government is not a government that has the capacity because it does not know how to do it. All they know is to follow the same book of corruption and get the people busy. Starve them. They will come down and they will follow the pace of things. Now, we have become, some of us came here, we are aggressive, we are complaining, the union, the this, the that. The union, I beg to ask the question, who do you think owns the union? And who do you think the union hold allegiance to? Do you think it's to the people? If it's to the people, the past governor of Edo State, who knows everything about doing things for the people, can I ask a question? What has he done for the Edo State people? Did he not continue with the corruption? Did he not continue with the rigging? Now, I say, when you don't have an institution we keep on we give matters, we put matters on the table for people that are knowledgeable, that are corrupt, to keep on speaking on the matter. What is the what? Tell me how are we going to curb this? This is a big issue. I say once again, removal of oil subsidy is not what you come to give in a national speech and declare that oil subsidy is removed. Mind you, I want to say one thing our brother said. The subsidy that was removed was because of Dangote, so that Dangote can continue with the corruption in the oil sector. After all, they said federal government have shares, and all the big guys there have shares in Dangote. How will you expect them to now transit for a private oil sector and now and just leave that subsidy like that? How do we reason that this cabal will just leave that subsidy like that? They are thinkers. They know what they are doing. Like I told you, like my submission last, I said Dangote will not buy oil, crude oil in naira. Rather, is going to buy it in dollar, and they are going to sell to us in dollar. Whether you like it or not, whether you argue it out, that is where we found ourselves. I want to go to the court case. The court case is going on fine, and I thank God our learned speaker for the Labour Party has spoken very well. He has told us we have the right to speak on double nomination by the vice president. And the double nomination has to be removed, expunged by INEC before you can say, oh, I have already taken it out. You cannot remove it. Your party cannot remove it. It is INEC. And when it now comes to INEC, everybody, every party has a role to play because it now becomes a national issue. Simple analogy. That is what our court house that are corrupt are saying, oh, this man does not have the right. And some of us welcome it and clap for them.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Najan Wash. And I thank you, audience. You should think this is not something we say today, finish it all today. It's a bogus thing. I have listened to the oil people when they were talking about something. I realized that this is not a child's play. It's bogus, and we all have to go back and study it. And now, for your information, Dangote Refinery is Africa's largest private-owned refinery. It's not even up to even one of 100 in the world. It's not even near to it. So they have told us a lot of bongo stories. I am researching on it myself privately. And I beg every one of us to go in and research very well so that we don't start saying things that will promote Dangote because he's monopolizing every sector. Let them open it all. Let them open it. They say they have opened it. They've not opened it. Let them open it. Let us see if that thing will not be down. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Black Panther. Thank you very much for your submission. All right. Please make una press like my people. We have a goal. Let's achieve that goal. We are close right now. Our goal is 750. Although I will ask more after that, but we currently have 727. Let's continue to press on the like. Let's hit that 750. God bless you all. Okay, Prince Akwashi, thanks very much for joining us. I would like you to talk to us in 8 minutes.
Yes, Mr. Elvis, good afternoon. And pretty much, I think it's evening. It should be evening wherever you guys are. And some people, probably they are morning. I think everyone has spoken well. They've touched every aspect of today's conversation. But let me give a little rebuttal to what Tuna just said. When I'm giving a rebuttal, what I'm saying is, Tuna, when you talk about the labor is saying that there was no communication between them and the government for the past 1 year. They've not had any conversation. at all for the past 1 year. And what they're asking for, they are not saying that, that the subsidy was right. Rather, what they are saying is that if you want to, if you want to remove the subsidy, fix the refineries. Fix the refineries. And if you listen to Kenneth, Kenneth talked about econometrics. Econometrics meaning that there was no reason Tinubu would have made that statement that he made, during the inauguration. Because at the end of the day, that speech, that part of the speech, that part of statement was never in the, in the speech. And it just came out. Now it's accepted that he made a mistake. Why don't he come out and say, this is not the way I wanted to table this matter? And then apart from that, this was supposed to end, June ended. Now that he has stopped it, by 30th, 31st, where is the money? But budgeted till June, the end of June. And apart from that, when we all, look at NMPC, it did not. At first, they talked about that they have a lot of PMS in stock, and that and at some point, even during an interview, some man was talking about how they are gonna go from gas station, filling station to another filling station and fill it up, that they are not supposed to have any increase. But we were all watching, and the next thing we saw was an NMPC filling station presenting a price change. You're not going to tell me that NMPC filling station bought that gas that day. No, they already had that gas, but they presented it. The only thing I've been waiting is that, most of these things that is happening, most of this PMS problem, fuel stuff, is happening in the south. I've not heard from the north. I've not really heard from the north. I want to hear from the northeast. I want to hear from the northwest. I've not seen anything, probably, I don't know, probably they don't have any journalists who could show us what is going on there. And then, when we talk about the pastor, religion, for me, like I said, I'm a Christian, but I always take, certain prophecies with a pinch of salt. It's not every prophecy that I take, so serious. But it happened. I don't have to judge the man. I don't have to blame him. If there's anything he did wrong, it's between him and God. That's all I can say about the religion. And then, when we talk, somebody was saying something. I had somebody saying something about the dollar in the official market being, devalued to 630. That means in the black market, it will be going for about 800 or 800 plus. And for our information, Emefiele is on his way out. He's about to be fired. They even gave him an option. It's either you resign by yourself or we will fire you. So in the next few days, we are going to see they're gonna be replacing Emefiele with somebody. But that's him, that in as much as I'm not a supporter of Emefiele, and I don't think it's right. But at the end of the day, he was part of them. He was part of them. Pretty much, this whole thing, and then we're talking about the service chiefs. Lucky Rabot should be looking at himself. He's going. But then, if we are gonna talk about changing the service chiefs, What about the Inspector General of Police that is already in retirement, that is supposed to have been removed, but he got a letter from Buhari, which is unconstitutional. Even a court today in Enugu said it's unconstitutional for him to talk about still staying in that position, wearing that uniform, and parading himself as Inspector General. See, all these things at the end of the day, Nigeria is really in a mess. Nigeria is in a mess, but whether we like it or not, I give so much kudos to the Labour Party. The six states results that they presented today. Great job. And more is to come. I rest my case here. I rest it for now.
Thank you.
Can I just have a quick response to what the gentleman said?
Okay.
See, regarding the federal government and the unions, the way they behave is like you have to realize when you're getting conned. One side says, I want to take off subsidy. The other side says, you have to build the refineries first. In the end, Nigeria is not moving forward. You have to realize if this keeps going on, and this is the same dance the federal government does with ASU, the same dance they do with every other organization. They pretend as if they are trying to do the right thing, but none of them are doing the right thing. In the end, plague on both of their houses, because this stuff is meant to have been sorted out a long time ago. Sooner or later, somebody has to be held accountable, and both sides have been causing this problem in the country. Look at our life expectancy. Do you think there's anybody that is a good character here? Somebody has actually confessed to it that he was online on a channel, and he was like, I was working with some of these organizations, and when it comes to the day to make a decision, many of us go and take the money back, and they were telling me that I should go and take my own too. And they've all betrayed it, and then the minister would tell them exactly what to say and how to behave. This is the same, they're playing games with you. I didn't even know that before I already surmised. You have to understand when you're getting punked. Both sides are playing you. How long has this carried on? For the last 23 years, since the civilian regime came into power, they've been dancing this dance. The unions were there. They are the workers. They were there when the refinery got shut down. If they wanted to make a statement, they could have made a big statement, say, no way we will allow this happening. It's not in the interest of our workers. It's not in the interest of the nation. But somehow it keeps happening and happening. Everything keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
Can I interject, please?
I won't excuse any of them.
Okay. Black Panther, quickly.
Yes. I wonder. I thank God. We are complaining. I am not moved by what is going on now. This is what we've been fighting when I was 22 years old, and now it's still on the same thing. What do we expect a government, a nation that is not well structured? They did not structure their refined oil sector, and you expect them to change? Who is the union? The union have been bought over by the cabal. We should get that into our head. Nobody wants to do anything in resuscitating Nigeria economy, but they want to take from the country. So we should stop complaining. That is why we want PO to come in to change the whole thing and let us get to a round table and talk. This is what we are saying. What do we expect from Egypt? What do we expect from Egypt? A man has been sucked into corruption. You expect it to change anything about your oil sector, or to believe in your whole country called Nigeria? Everybody is there to take what they can take, and Israel, let it go ablaze. They don't give anything about the country itself. That is what we are saying. That was say we don't have the structure to channel a nation properly. If we have the structure, we'll be afraid of the structure and would dare do what we are doing now. That is what we have been preaching. And many of us are against what we are preaching. That's what you are getting. You keep on complaining and complaining. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let me play this video here quickly, just to tally what we're talking about, since so we can have a second round to round up this broadcast. All right. Thank you very much, my people. I would like us to have a second round on the what I've shown so far. Thank you. Every one of you right down in the comment section, I can see Lady Genia. Thank you very much for joining us. Patricia Kwame, thanks for joining us. Tony Africa, I can see you. Thank you very much. If I could Jubilante, thank you very much for joining us. Embran Dima K. Appreciate you all right there. Thank you. Okay, let me come to the first person on the panel again. Is give us a mandate, my brother. Talk to us in 5 minutes as we're rounding up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, for all that you do. I mean, it's so interesting that INEC is what are you doing now? these guys are funny.
They are questioning their own certified documents.
Their own material.
Yeah.
Nigeria is in the honestly. We just I don't know what these guys have turned the country into. You are your own material, you are saying this is so funny. Man. In the eyes of the whole world, you gave them CTC, certified true copy. So are they saying that were they sleeping when they gave them, or man? And they think Peter Obi can go and do they think Peter Obi will stoop so low to go manufacture document and bring to them when evidences are everywhere? Even Peter's side alone is enough to give them material to use, because it's all over the places. It's on Beavers, it's on RF, and and these are people's parents, elderly men, people's parents, denying your own. It's just like you dry your clothes for outside. Somebody pick up and you say, this one will be my cloth. Oh. Nigeria. Who get Nigeria here? And you have somebody sitting down there, say he is a president. President, you call president. You are never a president. You will never be one. You are only selected by Mahmoud Yakub. What a shame. What a shame. Denying you are denying. Man, I don't know. I mean, they found material in the Shewike. They went to throw materials in the bush in River State. It's all over the places. If you go on Twitter, you see people on Okada when they were snatching ballot boxes and doing all of those shenanigans in Lagos. But now the eyes don't clear. Why can't they go and snatch nozzle at filling station? Say it's Abado's filling station. My brother, this one is I think you say this movie is up to season 5, right? We'll wait and see how the whole thing plays out. I just thank God for the doggedness of Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the attorneys, because they actually know what they are doing. I think we also hear allegedly that the INEC is even denying Beavers evidence. My brother, these guys are playing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's funny. It's very funny because at this particular moment now, even INEC don't have anything to say. Even APC themselves don't have anything to say. The only thing they're saying, they object. You are objecting without you not countering or counter-attacking Labour Party with your own evidence. They don't have anything at all. That's just the problem. So that's why I'm saying that we have 95% that we are certainly going to win the case in court, because APC don't have anything to produce. INEC don't have anything to produce. They're just then say it's just like somebody saying you are lying. Oh God, they go, you are lying. You are lying. You are a liar. You are a liar. Okay, oh God, tell us how you be liar. I go say, I say a liar. No, I be liar. I said they be liar. All Labour Party people, they are liar. They are this, they are that. That's what they're saying right now. They don't have anything to say. So, but let's see how it goes from there. Because they didn't plan for this. You know, the ringing, they didn't plan it. Yes, Tinubu planned it years ago, say yes, he must be president by fire by force. But what they didn't plan was the ringing. The ringing was not planned. That's why we saw a girl in the bathroom. A picture was submitted in the IRF and all that. Yes, because they were not planned. Everything was in rush. And they also believe that I bet do anyhow, nothing go happen. Because that's how it used to be. That's what they have been doing since the creation of Nigeria. You know, they always know that they will win. They will win. It was a rotational shift, you know, between PDP and the APC. Okay, APC una don't do na 16 years. PDP una don't do na 16 years. So now our turn now to do our after we go hand over to Nigeria. That's how it has always been. So, but Peter Obi came into the picture and scattered all their evil plans, you know, because that all of them were destabilized. They could not stabilize themselves to plan properly, to put all documentations in place. That's why you are seeing APC and INEC is saying in the court, say, you are a liar, ethnic bigot. Yes, Obi, your principal is ethnic bigot. They are not telling them in the court, no, Oga, don't be waiting to come talk for you. But where is your evidence that these people be liar? Go say, don't mind them. I said they are liars. Obi is a liar. If Obi knows, say, in B1 be president, why not he do Anambra, I will do Lagos? That's what these guys are saying in court. They don't have anything to say. They don't have anything to say. You know, so that's how it is, man. Appreciate you. One love. I can see your super chat right there. Thank you. May God bless you. Thank you, guys. I better make on the press on the dollar sign. Help us to share, like. You know, we are here. I think there's a topic I wanted to talk about all this. Why? I think we're going to have opportunity to have a late night broadcast. Once we have the final submission on this, I'm going to start on a fresh topic that I wanted to talk about before. How the same thing we are talking about now, how a billionaire thinks, say, you know, go figure, nobody fee carry and go court, nobody fee arrest them. Talk like say, upon all that, now so you do. The cause sentence to death. Say, by hand, you billionaire. How is it possible? We need to discuss that. Because these people, they don't do us to that extent, say, they can't get that mind, say, nothing they happen. I make you they hear that common word. I know whether they hear that common word for Nigeria. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? You know, people, you know, these rich people, they are very good in using those words. Yes. Peter Obi came in, a lot of things that they break. Meanwhile, let me call on Amashala 5 minutes on this particular broadcast. Your final 5 minutes.
Mr. Elvis.
Yes, sir.
How do I say it? First, you said we are already 95%. I disagree with you. We have 99%. The other 1% is that they are present in the courts.
Yeah,
that's the truth. They are present in the court. You have stolen. You stole something in the cooking jar. You said you did not eat it. They brought evidence to you. You cannot talk. They are objecting. This is the height of foolishness. When elderly people, you are in court, they came to your office, took document that you signed for. Now they are presenting it back to you. You are objecting because you know what you did. You didn't rig it. The rigging is, that's what they do. They've been doing the rigging since. But this time around, they are trying to rig the wrong person. Peter Obi, looking at what is happening right now, Peter Obi has planned from campaigning to election day, see after election, with the rigging and everything, he has already planned for this. So, looking at the picture sitting there in the court, the guy is relaxed because he has planned this from beginning to the end. Because from one step to the other, he already knows what they are doing next. He knows if he wins now, he knows the next thing to do that wants to happen. So right now, I'm so confident that no matter what, if he's going to take the whole of this year for us to be in this thing, we don't mind. Because evidence are there to show that you did not win. The APC lawyers and the INEC, they now look like small children that they are just trying to scold. You are denying what you produced. We just pray by the end of the day, the judges, because if I have to be a judge in this place, I as a judge, I'll be overwhelmed because I can't even lie again for you. If you are even giving money to lie for you, I can't lie because Everything is in my front. The whole world is seeing it. So to me now, it's game over for them. If this is the first evidence I bring and there'll be more, it is game over for APC and the INEC. At this point, I will just wait for the next topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Sometimes when they find this unmute button, it will be as it gets. Thank you very much. Yes, it will be nice to have you on the other topic, because it's a very, very hot topic that I really need to hear from people on that particular topic. So, but let me give opportunity for everybody to contribute their final thought on this particular one first. I would like to appreciate Amazing Grace USA. Thank you very much for the super chat. But I would like to thank you even more on the text. Yeah, thank you very much, because your texts are so inspiring. I appreciate you all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you that is praying for us, that is acknowledging our effort here. We're not a perfect people. I make mistakes every day on this platform. So accept me the way I am. So if they play today, I feel offended tomorrow, but forgive me in advance 100 times from today. So in case whenever I offend you, they take on the common for that forgiving slot where you put me. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Okay, let me call on Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken, please talk to us in 5 minutes.
Yeah, right, Erics. Good evening again. The thing there, say we used to believe, or we never know, the PSV before they exist. As they open the chapter PSV, the whole Nigeria can't be surprised. I think we just give up. Enough people can't defend them. Can't they include Obasanjo, everything. I believe very soon they go see here, one of these SPV, this special purpose, special vehicle purpose, it will be Dangote. Because you see, if everybody they favor you, say you be good man, a good thing make the few people where we say they never favor, make a whole break. Make they look why everybody they say you be good man. Everybody. It be like say some interest there. And like the way we say you go say all the politicians, almost all of them, they say would be a bad person. Then you need to whole break and check why all of them they condemn this guy, say not good, he bad, make it not be, why? They're not getting reason. The same be say it's against the interest of the day. Why the masses, they say that the person will want. The same thing with this Dangote. All the posts there, what did they comment ever since? They bring point to show some things. And I believe I'm not expect Tinubu will do anything different from what don't they happen for the life and purpose, Nigerian purpose for Dangote. It's because interest there. And I want to assure you, it's hard for one person like that for a country. Say all the previous government where they want to come, they support them. Say yes, yes, yes. We know Nigerians all our politicians, they are all very, very selfish. They respect their selfish ambition first before even national interest. Now that one I be their main thing. That is why I say they go look, they go see somebody say this person they appoint as minister. Not be say not they competent. It's a daft. The person has a -0 for that thing. But because the person don't agree, say I go they share my salary with Una every time when I get them. Or I don't give Una an advance. Take my own, take what you want to take. They go say this guy is the best person when it ever happened for Nigerian governance. That is what I'm saying about this Dangote thing. I never did very, very at ease. Even when people they celebrated about the largest refinery for the world, or one of the biggest in the world. I never at any time really they excited. I go to celebrate because I look at this thing. Buhari hand not clean. If you don't tell when I say go check me anywhere and I don't go say anything, check me, go and verify. Maybe you want to include himself inside Peter will be a dictionary. I say go verify. Now I don't go say anything. And not true, you go check. You go only see number of car we don't accuse, we don't increase more for Daura. You cause some other things. You say nah, nothing, but he waits. Feed the inside somewhere when they keep him, and they keep him inside somebody, which is the person of Dangote. That is what I see. Why they decide say they don't go give the same favor attention and commitment where they take give Dangote a refinery. Why they not give out to 4 refineries where they for Nigeria? If the public, we not say public assets and their business, not before profit they will maximize. Now to allow the public to be able to have ease in the, within the country. Maybe public service and public ministry, all the things that they do. But they refuse because they know, say, you will see. Once you see, say, Tinubu and another group, they defend why monopoly must be championed by this guy, Dangote, make say they don't get special interest so that they protect and when they won't make it grow. So that after they leave office, they go, that thing go, they feel like investment. Somebody put money inside somewhere, invest them. So the thing they bring money after you don't leave you don't go die, your children go see they collect. That is the way they don't channel so that you go find, say, for government. What do you take for government? Nothing. Show the way it's still, not still. But you don't channel that thing through somebody in the way of favor or special kind of service. They go can't give a grant for 50 years, not they pay tax for ports. They do this one. All of this thing, the person don't bargain them. I think you know how to do this in way. Go tell you, say, this thing is privatized. I lie. Now he himself do them. So there are so many things that we say for that country, for me, if we want to really get to where we want to go for that country, we need to shake the country, then just like Gary, everybody can't find their level they're supposed to do, and you will accept the result like that. Then from that point, we will begin to put on top of the Gary or the basket, so that you go, no, say yes, you don't fool. If not, why you the inside? Hold they under the basket, you never fool at all. Some put just the chop for top. Why they put the under too many spaces there for there. I know it's not 5 minutes I get, but make I stop for yes more.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ken. Thanks for your submission. Yes, a lot of things is wrong in Nigeria, to be honest.
Too many.
If we have to sort it out, we have to start from top. Apart from the government, you and I need to work on some things within us as well. So a lot of things is not working in Nigeria at all. So yeah. All right, I would like to appreciate the flashback. Thank you very much for the super chat. May God bless you, and thanks for the kind words as well, the prayer. May God bless you. I really do appreciate this. Thank you. All right, let us hear from To Nigeria. To Nigeria, your 5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. It's a bit of a shame that these people are still employing delay tactics. Because what they are doing is that the documents that they shouldn't have any right to contest, they are basically saying that they don't recognize the document. In other words, like, you handed the document to them, so between the time you handed the documents to them and now, you're making a dispute of the actual document that they brought to the court. So you can see that INEC is really playing a very, very weird game of delay tactics here. And for what purpose, I don't know. I guess if they are contesting the documents, then it's harder for the Labour Party to present evidence, isn't it? Because that's supposed to be part of their evidence. So in other words, they are delaying the Labour Party's chances of providing the evidence on time before judgment is made. And if that evidence is not provided and witnesses are not called to back the evidence up and all the rest that needs to be done, then the chances of Labour losing the case increases. You see the kind of dirty game INEC is playing, and it's not even funny at all, and because it's quite dangerous, the kind of game they are playing. But that said, whatever they are doing is just going to make them look bad, and I don't even know what INEC cares anymore. These people, I don't understand them. It's like they want to set fire to the country or what. I don't understand it. You just do stuff in good faith. Let's say INEC was, which is very, very hard to believe, that INEC was innocent of anything. Okay, people rigged, but INEC didn't know. The least you can do is provide the documents in a proper manner. Even if you rigged, provide the document in proper manner, because you have to still put your country first. Because if you keep doing some of things and the Labour Party keeps complaining about it, what good is that? Because in the end, whatever judgment they pass, nobody will believe it anymore, because you've just messed the process up from top to bottom. It's just this type of behavior. I see that in a lot of Nigerian activities. Whatever they are doing, they always want to find a way to make it just difficult, unnecessarily. This type of behavior is a cultural thing that we too have to pay attention to as fellow Nigerians. You know, when I was buying that fuel 540 yesterday, I was thinking, wow, this is painful, but I can't even imagine how painful it will be for people that don't have any option. And it's fellow Nigerians that are inflicting it, not because they bought the fuel at more expensive price. It's not increasing because NNPC said they should increase it or something. I don't even know why NNPC did that. So this type of behavior is just the kind of stuff we've come to expect now from these authority figures and organizations that should know better. And this is why I keep going on about, not when I look at adults in Nigeria, I feel like, why should I even bother? You are the ones that put us in this mess in the first place. Because you go there, compromise, and laugh at all kinds of nonsense. Like, we really should be in an emergency situation. I've seen a documentary of how the Chinese were able to build their nuclear technology. There was the time they were taking rations. They were eating rations at the place where they were supposed to be working. These are supposed to be the nuclear physicists. All of them, they were eating rations. People that want to survive will do anything to survive, but it's like our leaders just, like, they don't care. Like, life, survival is not their point, the point of their existence. It's just to enjoy themselves and talk as if everything is okay, when it's clearly not. It's clearly not. A country with life expectancy of 53 years, like Nigeria, that is a big problem. A really big problem. This is not a joke business. And the way these our leaders behave, you would think we have a lot to laugh about. We really don't. The way other people behave is not the way we behave. We really take ourselves too. We don't really respect ourselves, and then later on we go and start acting with unearned confidence. What kind of confidence do you have? What sacrifices have you truly made consciously for your nation? When I look at other people, the way they fight for their survival, I don't understand it. Why is it that our people just always want to tear everything down? Why do we always want to tear everything down? We don't want any. It's like we have the pain already. So why not just have the pain for the right reasons? Why is that the person that is doing that stuff now in that court doing what they are doing for just stupid reasons, not wanting justice to prevail? How is justice prevailing not good for them too? If justice prevails, it's good for INEC alike and the children of that INEC chairman. What is wrong with these people? Do they understand that when things work well, it's better for everybody? Or is it only that they care about their masters? Because you should have to ask yourself these questions. Because they must know, any grown man should know, if things better for everybody, it generally is better for them too. Why is it that they insist on running the country down over and over again? Tinubu goes and removes fuel subsidies without even caring about the consequences on the streets. They don't care about this thing. They just treat their people as if they are like some kind of, not even sheep, like goats that they can kick around anyhow they like. People that you should cherish. One of the man, you can't even believe. Nigerians are some of the best human beings you can see on the face of this earth. But we have been conditioned for such a long time not to understand it at all. We should be making sacrifices to build, to enforce justice, to enforce proper ethical behavior. Not always to tear everything down. And not just because it's the right thing to do, but it's also the selfish thing to do because it's also good for us. It's the selfish thing to do. If we do it right, we will be surprised the wealth we'll be able to generate in that country. We'll have more than wealth that to satisfy everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Black Panther, please use your 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you once again. And let me just say something concerning what Tunaja is saying. Tunaja, it seems you don't know Nigeria as a whole. Let me give you an example. You see, Redeemed Church. Redeemed Church, they have churches in every. I want to look at that assumption now. In every street, in every local government, they are thinking of even coming outside the country now to have in every street in London, Redeemed Church. That is what PO has said. He said the structure
of this Nigeria entity has been built under corruption. These people you see in government, they have their own churches in every local government, in every street. They have indoctrinated a lot of Nigerians that they use as their tentacle to put money in people's mouth so that they will continue to impoverish and put blind eyes to what is going on, which is also be wrong, and they'll tell you it is true. That is what we are saying. That is why we are saying go back to your root. If you don't do that, whether if Jesus come, now the same result you will get. Because the power has been given to us to change things, but we refuse to go to our root to change things. This thing cannot change overnight. If they have pillars in every street, if they have indoctrinated a lot of Nigerians, why do you think that the struggle? We are shouting every day, and some Nigerians are going press blow, and they go to parties. Those are the people that their churches, their network have indoctrinated into the corruption. Just think about the magnitude of corrupt people you have that have been indoctrinated into this their cabal. Their cabal is no longer 100. Their cabal is in millions. So what do you do when you have something in the millions? Don't you think we should go to the root and try to break the root and build it again? Will you start on that foundation? There is no amount of social welfare or whatever you will do. A man that is in corruption, is either you use the law, if you have the law, to throw that person into the guard room. Straight. That is it. And what makes the law to work is when you have good structure that emanate from your constitution. That is what it is. All what we are seeing now, we continue. We will shout and shout and shout. Nothing will change. I bet you. I have read the Nigerian system. I have fought in it. I have followed it. I have followed political leaders all over Nigeria. I know what their mindset. They will not change the system. Dangote will still remain the platform in which they will support because all of them have investment there. Our brother just said one thing. Why is it that they are saying that man is bad? Why is it that they are saying that man is good? Don't you think we should look inside? That is the channel. That is the structure of corruption. It is so big that the structure of corruption has produced the biggest private-owned refinery in Africa. Remember, in Africa, not the world. Please have that. Go and check your website. In Africa, private largest owned refinery in Africa. That is the product of corruption. That is the magnitude. That is why they are in support of that guy, because that guy is a tool they use to siphon resources, to mount it, and they'll tell you something good has come out of the north. Person like Dangote. That is the tentacle of corruption. That is the house of corruption that you are seeing. Is any other Nigerian not able to become Dangote? If you have a good structure, we will have more than 1 million Dangote that will emanate from that great country called Nigeria. It is because that Dangote you see was built by corrupt practices and corrupt structure that your constitution has built for more than 30 years. So what do you do to that structure? You have to rebuild it and try to make sure everybody's involved so that we believe and we support anybody that broke it. We will make sure that that person goes down because we have the structure that will bring that person down. That is what we are following. That is what we are talking. We should not be surprised in what we are seeing now. It is the structure we have that is producing this thing. That's why PO said their structure is structure of criminality and corruption. It's not only politics. It has been built into our economy. That PO is like a visionary leader. He has seen beyond if you cannot see what he's saying, it's not only in politics. He said the structure they have built, they have not changed. They are still the people you and I are seeing. He said the structure they have built is structure of criminality and corruption. You think it's only corruption in politics? Corruption in everywhere. That is why I am here to change the trajectory. That is why PO is calm, because the court will give that judgment to PO, because there will be a sort of, what they call it, that there will be a sort of review on the paper. That sheet that they are saying is not theirs. there will be a forensic analogy of that thing, and they will see that it is their own because every one of it has a computer serial on it. They cannot refuse it. If they scan it, it is their own. So all of us should not be saying saying something that, oh, they will make LP to lose that. That case is going to be judged, and Labour Party will win this case, whether they like it or not. There's no technicality. Labour Party is going to win this case, and we should stop all this throwing of little bit of bomb that Labour, if you make Labour Party lose the case, who tell you that Labour Party will lose that case? This case is clear and fine. Nobody should say that we are winning it. You as a person, you are seeing it on the ground. There is no technicality. There is a fact, because substantial fact is being produced. 100 and whatever local government or whatever they are bringing from, you think that's not a substantial fact? This is substantial fact that will win the case. We should stop that trajectory that said they will make Labour Party lose. Nothing like that. This is a fact. There will be a forensic check on those documents, and the document will say that is their document. So why are we shout? Why are we playing around the whole globe to say they will lose the case? Thank you, Mr. Nadia Watch.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Black Panther, for your submission. All right, I would like to quickly thank Tony Alade. Thank you very much for choosing to become a member on our membership program here on Naija Watch. May God bless you. I really do appreciate this. May your pocket never run dry. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, I would like to call on the last three before we start our new broadcast, which is a very important one that I've been waiting to discuss for the past 72 hours, but the time has not been permissible. Okay, let me call on Felix. Oga Felix, good evening to you, sir. Talk to us. 5 minutes.
Good evening, my brother, my beloved brother. Good evening, Mr. Naija Watch. Good evening, all the panelists, comment section, all the Agbados Kappa. Oh, I greet everybody. Because these days I'm really busy. Because see, maybe sometimes I always come late and others.
Mr. Felix, can I interject you, sir?
Yeah.
Make on the surprise where you come to greet the Agbado, then give you Agbado and pear to eat.
Any film there is no buzz. If it is only actor, the film not the top. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, I mean just the surprise. Maybe then give you Agbado and some pear and coconut. Like just kidding with you, my brother.
Yeah. We should keep smiling, start losing hope, courageous and all. Yes, a first question goes to the judicial system in Nigeria. Are you people trying to let the world know that anytime you pass a law, you cannot uphold the law? In the sense that it's the judicial system that gives the go-ahead, the order for them to give Peter Obi everything he needs. That told the INEC for them to give Labour Party anything he needs from the beavers. And the judicial system are seeing that INEC are using the late titles one way or the other. Why can't they call INEC to book to ask them, why have you people not giving Labour Party, as we said, agreed to? It's a question for them to answer. That is one side. For today's topic, I don't normally know what is going on in the judicial system, but let us be sure that victory is ours. Victory is not for Labour Party. Victory for all good, meaningful Nigerians, the obedient family. Because Labour Party is just like it's just like a branch of a tree. The root is the obedient and the well-meaningful Nigeria, only the progress of the country. They can never succeed this fight. Mark my word. Swearing in Tinubu does not change anything. We should not be discouraged. Let's keep on pushing. One thing I want to let everybody know, the obedient family and the well-meaningful Nigeria, whether you're obedient or not, let's start doing underground work. We know we need to speak to them, but we should do more underground work than speaking in respect of claiming this mandate back. Because most of the things we normally say here or do or talk, the Agbado camp are listening to us. That is why I greeted them before. They will take the message to their principal so that they can work on it. That is why I say let's start doing underground work secretly, strong ones. If you know people where you know people where you know people where you know people, tell person where you know me, tell person where you know me, tell person where you know. For more evidence, for more things to be upheld. I get that is what we need by this time. Our principal Peter Obi is doing it's a division of labor. He have a division for him to go to court. Our division now to talk to them, go out there, peaceful protest and other things. If there is any secret about all these judges and all these other political dealers, we will be the one to do that and showcase it to the world to see, for them to know that what we are saying, we are right. If possible, we can forward it to the Labour Party lawyers. I guess that is all we need to start doing now. Because as film they go, now so they tough. The more tougher it is, you will know that the film is coming to an end. Many things are still going to happen, but we should not relent. We should keep on pushing. I know what I'm saying. We are going to win this whole thing. Victory is ours. Let's be hopeful, courageous, and trust our principal for what he's doing, encourage him more, and we will do our whole part. I guess that is all I have to say for now.
Thank you.
The house and the
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Felix. All right. Yes, that is it. I appreciate every one of you for this particular broadcast. We need to start a new broadcast right now, because of time, and we can take that as a late night broadcast. Before we start this broadcast, because I'm only going to be looking forward if some of my brothers here will be staying for longer, because after presenting that broadcast for you guys, I won't stay more than 30 or 1 hour with you guys. So I need to be sure if Black Panther and Niger will be available to continue from there. I don't know. Let me please confirm with me, guys. Are you guys?
You'll be ready. You'll be there.
All right. Thank you. All right. I would like to move on now to another broadcast, but before that, let me quickly appreciate every one of you right here, every one of you that is here with us. Thank you very much. I can see Michael Oganemaro. Thank you very much for the support, the super chat. May God bless you. I really do appreciate this. Thank you everybody that supported me financially and otherwise. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. Please, guys, endeavor to join us on this particular broadcast. It's very, very important one, because I've been trying to discuss this for the past couple of days, but I've not got the opportunity. So let me present it to every one of you now. But unfortunately, on Niger Wash, I'm going to end the broadcast there. We have 500 people watching us on Niger Wash. The broadcast will be I'll end it, but please just refresh to join us again. It's just within 1 second swap. So, but we will lose all the viewers. So all you need to do if you want to continue with the broadcast that we want to present to you right now, just refresh and follow up with us. Thank you very much. I'll take this break for swapping. Take care, and I'll join you guys in the next 1 minute. Thank you. God bless you.
You are the pillar that holds my life. You are the pillar that holds my life.